Thank you for being a friend. Travel down a road and back again. Your heart is true, you're a pal and a confidant. I'm not ashamed to say, I hope it always will stay this way. My hat is off, won't you stand up and take a bow? And if you threw a party, invited everyone you knew, well, you would see the biggest gift would be from me, and the card attached would say, thank you for being a friend. Thank you for being a friend.
Holy shit.
What the fuck? What,
One of us has passed away.
what just happened?
One of us has died.
Hey, boneheads! It's another installment of the Bone Zone. What episode is this?
Number 11.
Number 11. But you can only get 3 of them on iTunes so far for some reason.
iTunes has been farting around,
Yeah.
but it's all good now. You can get them all now.
Bone Zone, February 13th, the day before Valentine's Day.
Oh yeah.
I pronounce it Valentine's Day in celebration of Black History Month. I call it Valentine's
I say
Day.
Valentine's Day. Is that wrong? Valentine's?
I think Valentine's is cooler.
I say St. Anthony Valentine's Day.
Oh wow.
That's a lot. That's a lot to write on your checks.
I
When I'm writing
say
checks to the hookers I buy on
The
Valentine's Day.
day, the day that I break up with my girlfriend every year.
That's a good move.
Yeah.
Last year, I gave my girlfriend a box of Kleenex. I invited her out to dinner, and I gave her a box of Kleenex, and she
Right
was like, "What's
beforehand?
this for?"
Oh, you'll need it.
And then I broke up with her. She started crying. It's like,
And she was
Happy
so-
Valentine's
she's so
Day.
thankful.
that just shows that you knew her very
Here's,
well.
here's some money
That
for
was a
my
good
portion of the
relationship.
bill. I'm out of here.
Have you ever been in a relationship where the breakup was an official thing, like you met somewhere? My roommate told me in LA someone invited him out to pizza and broke up with him.
Oh,
Well,
wow.
I've invited you here to
to a
talk about
public
our
place.
relationship.
So that in case they went ship house.
I don't know why. I mean, now you have to finish a meal,
Yeah.
or you don't finish a meal that you paid for.
You just
Either
sit there and
way.
glare at them
Yeah.
over a fucking full pizza.
Pretty sure I've been dumped every time. And it's always been like, I don't know.
I always
in the
get dumped by
confines of-
text now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like, hey, just get your shit. I think we're done. And I'm like, really? By text? We've dated for 7 years.
You can't. Actually, you can. I've
Well,
never.
then you're shorthand by that time. You're just like,
Right.
Davey has
You
an
are
announcement
dumped.
to make.
yeah, everybody. If you're watching television in May, on May 15th, you're going to see
The day our album drops.
the day our album, the Bone Zone album, through Sub Pop Records. You're going to be seeing me performing live on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno. They book it way ahead of time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm going to be doing my famous Woody Woodpecker impression. They heard it on here, and they wanted me to come on and do it. It's going to be like a short 30-second thing. It's not a big deal. I don't know why we talk about this all the time.
So it's kind of
Well,
like
it's good to promote things.
They said it. Well, they said this is the one thing that you can do on national television before 11 o'clock. That we've
okay.
heard from you.
Oh,
so
yeah.
So it'd be like if you were. It's a little bit different, but like sometimes people get on like Letterman stupid human tricks, and then they use that as like, I'm a comedian, I've been on Letterman.
yeah. Now it's like you've been doing comedy for a while. We're gonna let you be on this thing as if you're getting your start in a stupid human trick sort of thing.
Okay.
They're like reverting me so that they can be like, now you can act like you haven't been doing it for a long time, and then you'll have this big.
They didn't
Body
ask
of-
me. I mean, we're a duo, but they didn't ask me.
No, but I kept talking to them about you, and they have an opening in June that they were thinking about doing a 2-person thing.
Well, you know what you
Jay
can do?
Leno likes 2-person bits, so as soon as I said 2-person thing, they've not seen us live because this was through the big the Jay Leno showcase that they had at the M Bar the other
Yep.
day. Yeah. Really big. It was like 4 hours long.
It was great. There was a lot of industry there.
It was really good. Yeah, this is a thing. If you're in Hollywood and you're doing comedy around town, and they ask you to do like a Conan showcase, or they ask you to do like a Kimmel showcase or a Leno showcase, whatever, go to it, because even if you don't like the person that you're showcasing for, because inevitably there's going to be people from multiple facets of the industry. There are people from Conan there.
Yeah.
Which I always like, when Conan kind of like sneaks himself into the Leno stuff. I think that's really cool and subversive.
Was he wearing his disguise that he always wears?
No, it wasn't Conan himself.
Oh.
He wears.
you mean
he wears a mask of himself?
Yeah, he does. He wears a giant. Yeah.
It's a good switcheroo.
I've
If you're just tuning in, or if this is your first time listening, I'm Brendon Walsh, and you're on the Bone Zone, and across from me are Randy Liedtke and Davey Johnson, Brian Redband, working the 1s and 2s and the 7 and the 9s and the 69s sometimes.
Yeah.
And there's another dude sitting over here.
Oh, yeah.
There is.
There's a guy. And he's got his back turned.
It's
towards
just a
us, so
hood. All I see is a hood.
maybe we'll see if he gets involved eventually. But
maybe
we
he'll
need.
come in a little
but
later.
first, a little bit later.
A little bit
he
later.
might come in.
Yeah.
And then
a little later, man.
and
I didn't know that guy was there.
we're gonna.
It's a person right
Maybe we
there.
could play a game and guess who our guest
Guess
is.
who our big famous
I don't know
guest
who it is. Maybe I could try to guess.
Randy could start the guessing, but first we should probably thank everybody who came out to our shows, the Bone Zone on the Road Zone.
Oh, yeah. Thank you very much for coming out. Yeah.
Oh.
Jesus
Coming
and-
to a town near you.
Joseph and Mary College,
Mm-hmm.
fucking Virginia. Where the hell? I mean, we hit so many stops on this last Road Zone.
Yeah.
They're
we're-
very
we're-
spread out. It makes it.
We're in Virginia. We did some in a small club in Washington, D.C. And we hit up some West Virginia while we were down there, too.
Yep.
We're
And
taking
Charleston,
them-
West Virginia, at the factory. I think it was just called the factory.
the factory, and
Yeah.
then we popped in and we did a little thing at the Crowbar.
Yeah.
Um,
Crowbar's an awesome place. Real
Yeah.
punk.
They
If
just
you're-
remodeled it, right?
I don't know. I had never been there before. It was a nice place, though. 2-tiered place. They had
Yeah.
a nice stage. The staff was great. I want to send a shout out to Jim and Katie.
Oh, Jim.
For
Awesome
taking
guy.
care of everything, because our hotel got messed up. They had us in a 4-star.
Mm-hmm.
And
By the way, if you want really good nachos, talk to Katie at the Crowbar.
yeah.
Davey's like this nacho guy.
I'm
He
the
goes from
nacho
town
guy.
To town.
Yeah.
So maybe our next stop, get ready for Davey. Have some nachos ready.
Yeah, if we're coming to your town, have some nachos ready. I'll eat that with
And
you.
also, as I was saying, they're kind of spread out, our dates, across, they're not all like in one location. So maybe it would be good to start getting stuff. You know what I mean?
Well, our booking agent isn't, he's new.
But if you're listening and you want us to come to your place,
You just go to the Red Bull Bikini Calendar
Well, it's on
site.
if you go on the official Red Bull site, there's a link to the Red Bull Calendar Girls calendar sales site.
no,
I
that's. I
guess.
mean, that's if they want to know if we're coming already. But if you go to a college and you want us to come to your college, talk to the people that organize that, and I'm sure that we could do that.
Yeah, just have
Yeah.
them get in touch with us. And,
Colleges are
and
the
we'll
best.
Work it out. Colleges are the best.
I have the
but
most fun at college shows. So if you go to a college and you want us to come to your
Super
college, talk to your people. Get it to happen.
like the event staff or whatever they are.
There's usually like a student. There's a
student activities
advisor
board.
that leads
That's what
it,
it's
but the
called.
Yeah.
students choose, and you're a student,
Student
so
Activities
choose.
Committee. Did you guys ever used to go to them with ideas? I never took advantage of that, really.
I
When you
never
were in
really
college?
took advantage of
I was
college.
always in trouble.
Yeah, I never took advantage of the practical aspects of the system. I just
I
took
threw
advantage of the women.
I threw a tennis ball at a parking attendant, and I got arrested.
Really?
This is a good story.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell the story?
I can tell it.
But we're not going to just disclaimer. If we come to your college, Randy won't throw any tennis balls. at
Yeah, and I
anybody.
wasn't found guilty.
Well, he's been prohibited. How can you find some?
Well, there's a statute of limitations on that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And I've
And
been out of college for 20 years, 25, 30
but
years.
Bone Zone on the Road Zone, easy. Just Google
Something like
that, or just go to the Red Bull site, click on Red Bull Bikini Calendar, and then the Bone Zone link next to the
Yeah, and there's a scanning
Mailing
thing. If you
list.
have an iPhone, and I encourage you to get one because they're made by slaves.
Whoa.
You get an iPhone and you have the scanner thing on there. You can scan the little barcode thing, and then it'll tell you updates.
All of our
and stuff.
upcoming dates
It
and-
like automatically updates your phone
and there's a
through your location.
Do they still have the open wound Davey? Are you still doing that Tumblr thing? Or
The Open Wound
whatever?
Davey Tumblr? Yeah,
Or
yeah, yeah.
the app or whatever that is?
Yeah. It's an app that goes directly to...
Either way, Red Bull Bikini Calendar. You can go and
answer all your
it's
questions
easy
about
enough to
love.
figure out.
Getting a lot of love questions because of Valentine's Day.
Oh, maybe we should have a Valentine's theme.
Open
Oh,
Wound.
because tomorrow is Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
And a lot of people will be taking their old ladies to the Bone Zone.
Yeah. This is a fuck song.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Everybody tomorrow who
This
listens to the Bone Zone, you have to fuck to at least one Spin Doctors song, and then tweet us.
Tweet us the song,
I always fuck
and
to
if you
the,
can, a picture.
to this
And a
Spin
picture.
Doctors Pandora channel.
Oh man,
That's
another
sounds
one
like
of us
Red Band
just
got a
died.
new effect on the board.
Did you guys? Were you ever responsible? I'm having nostalgia for college.
I was never.
Now that we're
I was
on.
never held responsible.
But wait, should we hear the tennis ball story? Is it?
Oh yeah, do you
wanna tell
do you
it?
actually have the tennis ball?
Yeah,
Well,
it's a
because it
real
reminded me. I never. Yeah,
It's a real story. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all locked and loaded.
Tell it.
Ready me to fire when ready?
Fire
Fire it.
when ready at will.
Well, I'll do the short version.
Fire when you see the whites
I'm
of
a
our
super
buttholes,
nice guy.
because
A
we
lot
all
of-
got our buttholes bleached this
Okay.
last weekend
Yeah.
together.
You guys didn't invite me.
Well, your butthole's already super pink.
It
and
is
nice.
a little bit
Yeah.
pink and pale. Yeah.
Freckly.
You're always complaining that we're always bleaching our butthole, so why would we invite you?
Yeah, you make fun of us for it. We didn't think
Yeah.
you wanted to do it.
I would have said no, but it just would have been nice to be invited.
Randy, remember that one time you had to go to the hospital because you were bleaching your butthole with Crest white strips, and then you had that allergic reaction, and the one
Yeah.
white strip got sucked into your butthole when
There
you
is a-
You're
farted.
always going to the hospital for butt-related things.
That's true.
Randy
Well,
went to
I
Cedar
thought-
Sinai last week for the fart
listen,
candy.
I thought that Crest
right.
white strips, I thought they were like breath strips where they dissolve. They don't dissolve, so you get them up in there, they stay up there.
He's
Yeah.
willing to experiment with his butt in so many ways.
That's not true.
except for the normal gay butt touchy
Yeah.
ways.
Yeah, I'm not willing unless you're a super hot dude. Then yeah.
He just hasn't met a dude
Who is
super
this
hot
guy?
enough.
He keeps turning
Because
around.
the dude-
He's trying to show you how super hot a dude can be.
This guy.
Who is it?
Shit.
We're gonna guess, but I guess.
Oh, let us guess.
well, this
Wow,
guy
we
needs
had
no
him.
introduction.
He was turning around for so long.
He doesn't need an introduction, so just start talking.
No one knows who I am anyway. But I did.
Everybody
I
knows.
got my butthole bleached, but I kept the hair.
Did you?
So I really want to just bleach.
So then your
hair.
butthole looked
Yeah.
like CC DeVille.
Exactly. I wanted to look like Dog the Bounty Hunter.
You just wanted to, you
Yeah.
frosted the
I
tips.
I try to grow it out and get some feathers put in there, get some braids.
That's a
Feather
good
that
idea.
thing,
Get
yeah.
a bead.
I frosted the tips of my pubes this morning first thing.
Did you really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
I had to bleach
I
my
used
hair
my
down
own
there
frost.
because it does. The drapes don't match the rug.
There's no. Yeah.
Brown down there.
I know. We've said this before on something, but I actually put I dye a blonde strip down the middle of my
Yeah.
pubes.
It's called
Like a skunk strip.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like
Pepe Le Pubes.
Pepe Le Pubes.
Yeah.
Well, our guest, this is our first in-studio guest, and we're honored to have him. Maybe we could cue up that,
Thanks, guys.
the oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I kind of invited myself, so
That's how
am I
all
still
good
a guest?
guests
That's
happen.
all good guests.
Okay.
Just
Yeah.
asked to be guests.
Overstay your welcome, please.
But ladies and
we saw
gentlemen,
him.
welcome to the Bone Zone studio, DJ Douggpound.
That was fucking tight. Whoa. I get so excited and then
Yeah.
I get right back into that daze.
feels like marbles running around my head.
do you have a chaos pad too, Brian?
What?
Is it a chaos pad?
No. This is just the Behringer mixer. Has some effects on it that I'm fucking.
This is like what a girl on a Lifetime movie hears when she takes that tainted drink.
Yeah.
She's like, everything
Yeah.
party.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she drinks a roofie drink.
to my place?
Yeah.
But we need to get to the tennis ball story.
Oh, I'll tell
but-
it real quick.
Okay, we'll tell the tennis ball.
Oh,
and
but
then
we
we'll-
just introduced Doug.
Well, we
talk to Doug
introduced
first.
Doug.
Oh, that's fine.
He has
I want to hear the
tennis ball
tennis
story.
ball story
Oh.
too.
He probably has a good college story too.
Well, glad it's built up because it's a humdinger.
Yeah,
Nah.
no, I've heard it. I asked you if I could
No, it's just-
submit it as a short
I was-
story. To
my college-
McSweeney's.
Got me in trouble a few times.
But
and
then
I
you
was like,
sued me. But
Yeah.
go ahead. No, go ahead.
a lot of people know this. I'm a super great guy.
Mhm.
A lot of people know that.
But if you cross him, he'll sue the shit.
no,
out of you.
I happen to have bad luck. I'll do one thing slightly illegal and then I'll get pulled over and arrested for it. Like in high
Slightly
school,
illegal.
someone threw a water balloon out of the back of my truck and we got pulled over by a motorcycle cop. And he's like, hands in the air. Like he came out like he was going to pull a gun on us. And we all raised our hands and we had squirt guns in our hands.
That's not good.
No, we had squirt guns in our hands, but like we didn't want to act like we were hiding our squirt guns because then that looks even worse. Anyways, the tennis ball story is similar. I went to the tennis courts to I was wearing like a sweater vest and like spandex shorts under shorts. And I was dressed like an idiot. I don't know. I was a college kid. And I wanted to get a picture of me holding a tennis racket on the tennis courts for my mom for Mother's Day. Mother's Day present. It would be a framed picture of me dressed like a tennis player. And then on the frame, I ended up still doing it, but I took a picture. And on the frame, I using crafts such as glue sticks and paper, I wrote game, set, match. And it was just a picture of her son playing tennis. And that's a nice guy thing to do for his
It's a
mother.
good Mother's Day gift.
Yeah. And also, I couldn't afford anything but a photo of myself, so that's what I did. And during the process, I got a parking ticket, and I was parked for like 30 seconds. And I was like, oh, "Are you kidding me?" And like out of frustration and slightly as a joke, I picked up a tennis ball and I threw it as hard as I could over the fence. I was really far away.
Yeah.
And the tennis courts were lower than the fence. It was like tennis courts, fence, and then like a rock hill that went up to the parking lot, and somehow it cleared the fence perfectly, and like where it had pavement for the first time ever, that's where the ball bounced. Otherwise the ball would have been lost.
Yeah.
But it hit the perfect part of the pavement, bounced once, and hit her in the fucking head. And it
Who,
was
your mom?
no the parking attendant. So I was mad. Wow, I don't like that. There's a video on the screen of my face.
That's okay.
So I hit this lady in the head, and I felt really bad, but I was mostly embarrassed, so then I just kind of turned around and acted like it didn't happen.
Yeah.
And when I went up to my car, she got out of her truck, and she was like, "Why don't you say it to my face?" And I was like, "Say what to your face?" I played cool, like I didn't know I'd hit her. And she goes, "Say that you don't like me." And I was like, "What?" And then she like stormed off and got all mad. And then I got home, and then my parents called me, and they said, "Hey, you have to go to the police station. The police department from your college town just called us because your car is still registered in Oregon, and you have to go down there. What happened?" And I was like, "I don't know." And
Lying again.
Still playing dumb.
yeah. So I went down to the police department with the picture of me to show, "Hey, listen, I'm not a murderer. I'm a silly guy doing a nice thing for his mom." And they read me my rights. They patted me down. And then they just like lectured me, and then they read the report that the lady that I hit with the tennis ball filed, and it said he walked up to me. What did I throw it? No, actually, so what happened was I hit the tennis ball with the racket. That's how far away it was.
Okay.
I had to hit it as hard as I could. So then she said he walked up to me. He threw the tennis ball at my boob. That was in the police report. I said,
Boob? The word boob?
Uh-huh. He said that walked up to me 10 feet away from me, threw the tennis ball at my boob. And I was like, she's lying. They're like, "You're calling a university employee a liar?" And I was like, yeah, it's possible, right?
Yeah.
And then the guy got all mad at me and was like talking about how I could be arrested. He's like, "I have enough information to arrest you right now." And I was like, "No, you don't. Then otherwise you would have." But
That's
yeah,
how you
it
make
sucked.
money.
I
You
never
gotta-
got in trouble with the police. They said this has to go through the courts, and if whatever they decide, they decide. But in the meantime, the university was like, "This counts as a strike, and you have to come in and meet with a university counselor and talk about how you assaulted an employee." And I had to write I had to do a community service, and I had to write a report saying on how assaulting someone could ruin my future. But I was never found guilty of anything.
That's why I never send my mom anything for Mother's Day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Always
That's the
leads to
moral of
trouble.
the
Don't
story.
ever send anything.
Oh no! I
Don't-
told my mom. I let her have a piece of my mind.
This
Yeah, you should.
is
Yeah. Well, that's the long, boring story of the tennis ball thing, but that's just kind of my luck, you know.
I think that's a great story.
Try
good
to
story.
try to do something nice for your mom. You end up assaulting a lady's boob, and
Yeah.
then you get patted down by a
Oh,
cop.
so you admit you assaulted a boob?
Ah.
No.
Brendon's been working for the university system this whole time.
That's since we've been doing all
on
these
the
shows.
case.
You're supposed to say, "Yes, officer, I'm sorry
Yeah.
I did that," no matter
So-
what they say, and then they'll just let you off.
Yeah.
But instead, you had to go and say that, "No, I didn't do that."
You had to go and question
Well,
a stupid
I was
person.
a little bit angry because
exactly.
they said and then when I met with the college, they had the police report that the police had written after I left, and it was full of lies too. Because he said like, "Oh, well, the police officer said that you said that you were just playing a game of tennis and the ball went over the fence and it was a complete accident. And I go, I never said that.
What college was this? Let's not go there on our tour.
Yeah, actually, I'm.
We're banning ourselves from
Washington State University.
State
It's
University.
a big college. They bring in really big. Jay Leno was actually there when I was there.
Was he? I heard about that. I
What
went
class
with Jay
was he
Leno.
in?
No, he went there to perform.
Was he doing anything with cars?
Yeah.
He drove up in like 5 cars at once.
So you know when you're driving your like 53 Mustang.
You know who
That's all
actually
of his
did go
joke
there?
setups are.
My college, Gary Larson from the Far Side.
Oh,
Archives.
really?
That's cool.
He went to
Very
Wow.
cool.
Yeah.
And I forgot we had a pop. Well, this is our first scheduled guest, but last week John C. Reilly came in.
He did,
How
yeah,
did we
yeah.
forget
He
that?
did, he did.
It's pretty awesome. Did he ever respond to the request of maybe coming out on the Road Zone with us?
He, I haven't contacted him yet. He's busy. He's doing a TV show. Doug works with John C. Reilly.
Yeah. You
sometimes.
worked
Sure.
on the Tim and Eric
Doug,
Network.
we can.
We just finished season 2 of Check It Out with Dr. Steve Brule.
Oh, cool.
Which
Are
is
you?
John C. Reilly's Adult Swim show.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
big
yeah.
dummy.
Yeah. He does a good.
He's like dingus.
Yeah, tell us
Yeah.
tell us about yourself, Doug.
Well,
you
Yeah.
you
Any
work
good-
with you work with
Yeah, Brendon?
One cool thing about Doug is that you should check out his website, which is Douggpound, 2gs.com. But I love his videos, and if you like Tim and Eric, it's very Tim and Eric-y. Here's you can actually look at an
actually,
example.
Tim and Eric is very Doug Poundy.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
a reason
That's
for
right.
that.
Doug
'cause
Pound
Doug
influenced
works
them.
on he edits their videos.
I'm having a bad hair day, so
Oh.
nobody watched the video.
I'm having a no hair day.
For you audio listeners, Davey
I'll just do the sound
Davey
drops.
is
Yeah.
involved.
Can I tell? Are we setting up?
Wait,
some-
well, but we started with our first scheduled studio guest, so yeah.
Yeah. So also I'm also a freelance flight attendant whenever I can.
yeah.
Does that voluntarily
Yeah.
because all the
Mostly
airlines are saving
on
money.
mostly on like shipping planes like
Yeah.
FedEx and did you know that they need flight attendants?
They do?
On UPS jets
Wow.
It's
Oh,
all
wow.
it's an
That's what I
FAA
do.
rule.
because the pilots, they're not allowed to get their own beverages and stuff,
Mhm.
so they have to
Oh.
have a flight attendant
wow.
in case they need peanuts and stuff. They gotta have
Yeah.
me up there.
Are they-
It's really easy work. Like
are the-
I have to give like 2 guys their drink beverages.
Oh, wow.
Is your tax season insane? Figuring out all the freelance stuff that you've done with
It's
with
really
the-
nuts. Yeah.
Wow.
Do they ever take advantage of you?
Yeah, but I'm not supposed to talk about it.
But
Here-
like maybe
will.
they'll ask for like more refills than they
Yeah, yeah,
deserve.
yeah. Yeah.
I'm
in that
really
way.
not supposed to do this,
You're
guys.
not supposed to do this, but they drink a lot. They
Yeah.
drink alcohol,
Yeah.
actually.
Sounds like
The
UPS.
FedEx jet, what are they called? Pilots?
pilots.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They're drunk all the time.
Are they?
Yeah.
That's why the packages
that's a
get there
known
so
fact.
quickly.
They say that these things fly themselves a lot, but they really don't.
No.
There's pilots.
You need a guy to push the stop and start button.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not in that order. But
Yeah, that's another thing. There's a start button, and the pilots just press that. It's like a Prius, and then
Yeah.
they go, and then they land.
The stop button and the stop and start button are both the same color too, so that's confusing.
It's the same button.
Same button.
You press it once to
Oh,
stop.
it's start
Really?
slash
Sometimes
stop.
they forget which one.
Once
and then
It's
twice?
Yeah.
A little rhythm, kind of like a Morse code.
It's
for
probably
the
pretty
button.
scary too, because it's like a Prius where it only makes noise when you start and stop.
Oh yeah, you don't know that the engine's on.
When you're in the air,
Yeah,
it just sounds
and
like you're
another thing is those
floating.
FedEx planes. Those are hybrids.
Are they?
Oh, they're part.
They glide. They're gliders.
So
Once
there's
they're up,
glider.
no
Once they're up,
chemtrails
they
with
glide.
FedEx.
Once they are up, they glide.
Okay.
Oh wow.
They actually have birds taped to the wing, right?
They go up to 70,000 feet,
Yeah.
and then they go. It's like a big downhill glide until they're.
Oh, a big free fall.
Yeah, so
So
they
like-
go straight up. They shoot straight. I don't know. Have you ever seen them fly? They go straight up in the air.
Oh,
till
I've
they
never
get
seen.
70,000.
That's right. That's
And
interesting. I've
then
never seen a
they
FedEx
leaven
plane.
out. Yeah, they leaven out,
Like
Mhm.
bread.
and then they
Like unleavened, yeah.
glide down.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's like one
Leaven and out.
of the Mario worlds. We have the cape. You just have to kind of you just like.
Have you ever seen the U.S. Postal Service planes?
No, are those different too?
Yeah, those are blimps.
Really?
Yeah.
They're blimps,
Uh-huh.
and they don't have any doors.
There's no doors. They have to pop them when they land.
Yeah.
It's really annoying. That's why it takes so much longer.
that's why the post office sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah.
Hey, let's start a letter writing campaign to the post office telling them they suck. And then you know what they will probably do? Like if you put on the envelope to the the post head of the Postmaster General Washington, and then write somewhere, this is a letter to tell you guys how much you suck. I bet you the mailman won't deliver it.
Yeah.
What if you wrote a letter to your mailman's boss, and it had like it was basically about that mailman, and you gave it to him. You're like, please mail this mail, but it's like my mailman sucks. I want to get him
It's on
fired.
a postcard.
Yeah, yeah.
It reminds
On a
me of your
postcard.
cakes thing that we were talking about. Can we talk about that?
We can talk about that.
I want to do this thing, and I thought of a name for it. It's called Joke Busters. It's like
Oh, nice.
Mythbusters, but it's
Yeah.
Joke Busters. You take, people like all comedians have these hypothetical things, like what if you do this next time you're at the movie theater? Sit right next to the one other guy in there, or whatever. Like go and like really do it.
I have a joke
see if
about
the
that, and I
joke-
did really do that.
That's
Yeah,
what
but
it-
like the cakes thing, did you really do the cakes?
I never made any of those cakes.
So that's a Joke Busters joke.
yeah.
So I want to really make those cakes and see if it's busted or
If
not.
they really
Right, so
make
tell
Well,
the
Brendon-
tell
but
the
I
joke.
need to find another red-haired guy to do it with me.
Brendan's idea.
I know a
about
guy.
it-
I know a guy.
Oh, me and you could do it.
No, not me.
Oh, okay.
I go to commercial auditions, and there's a lot of
I need a
redheaded
guy
guys.
with like a what's that French hat called?
oh,
beret. The beret.
sombrero.
Yeah, because I imagine I'm the other not as weird guy from Mythbusters. I'm like the cool.
Oh, okay.
I'm the handsome one. Of the
Handsome one.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, if you
Yeah,
need
because
someone,
the Mythbusters, you got the one handsome.
The one with
guy,
the glasses
and then-
is the
Yeah,
handsome
he's the
one.
handsome guy. I'm him.
really,
Okay.
one of them is handsome.
I know a guy who actually looks exactly
Totally.
like that guy.
One's
Would you
a
be
rebel.
willing
Yeah,
to just
I know a
be
guy that looks exactly
buzzing
like
in
that
their
guy,
ear
too.
from like a truck somewhere, like talking to a microphone,
But
telling them
he's
what to do?
he's
Because
like
I know a guy who
super
looks
shy.
exactly look like.
But the guy that you're talking about is super shy.
Oh, he doesn't like anything in his ear.
Oh yeah, he has a ear thing.
He won't. He won't wear
Never
a
mind.
device that'll allow him
Let's
to
move
hear
on.
you.
Well, scratch that guy off
Yeah.
the
So
list.
yeah, so is this for you're going to write an article about it, or is this just an independent?
Film.
So we
Independent
pepper in
film?
real stuff with the jokes on this podcast. Or is it-
Oh yeah, it's everything is
You're
real.
not supposed
wasn't
Everything
it?
is real.
You're not
Everything's
supposed to
super
say-
real.
The Bone Zone's 100% truth.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it would be like
Sometimes you
it would
get
be an article, but I don't want to put the cart before the horse.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
just
yeah.
try one,
Yeah.
see where it goes. Let's do the cakes thing.
Why
And
don't you, buy,
you don't
why
even
don't
have
you
to
buy
be
a
there.
car?
I'll just do
Oh,
it.
yeah.
I'll do my own test. I'll
Mhm.
test the joke myself.
And you don't even have
and
to
see
be
if
given credit
see
for
if I
it
can
either.
bust it.
Yeah, well, there are 3 different cakes that I say.
No,
in
it'll
my
be like
act.
Brendon Walsh says this is funny,
Yeah, this would
and then
work.
I'll really do it for real.
Works.
Yeah, let's see if it's real.
I mean,
and
the
then
one cake I would like to see because, like,
if the baker gets pissed off, it's not busted, or
I
it is
think
busted.
I think Brendon would have to be involved in it.
Well, my whole theory is that if you're an adult and you have enough money, you can go and get whatever. Like, if you're a grown up and you're not being a weirdo or an asshole, you can go get any cake made because their job is to write whatever you tell them to, and
Yeah.
you're paying for it. So you can get the you would have to either 5 different ideas that I have in my act where it's like you can get 3 cakes that say breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but then, like, in that joke, you have to stand there and eat one of them, right, and like stare at the baker the whole time while you just eat the cake. Because
Yeah, yeah.
no one can stop you from doing that because you're a grown up.
Yeah,
And then the other one is get a cake
Shit, do I have to do that then? A
that
part of my
says,
bust.
"I'll do that."
I think Brendon.
Well,
should,
no, I'm on a
I think-
diet.
I think you should both be involved because if it's super funny, I mean, the original part of it.
Well,
is
we'd
that
have
it's
to
Brendon's
order
joke.
them and then
What if we
pick
get
them
it on a
up.
flourless cake? What kind of
What if
what kind of diet are you on? First of
Oh.
all,
Well, just to like
Cake.
trying to
Just
not
a
be
no
super
cake
fat
diet?
for
No-
my
okay.
I think for-
taping on.
I think for the
March
breakfast,
1st.
lunch, and dinner one, you guys should hire off Craigslist a kid to come in to pose as your son, and he eats it. As
Oh,
if
that's a
you're,
good
As
idea.
if you're
like a
making
fat
this-
kid.
Oh, like you're
Yeah.
buying it for your kid.
You're
Yeah,
buying
yeah,
it
That's
for this
even
fat
funnier.
kid.
That's
and then
funny.
you yell, eat it.
Yeah.
Eat your breakfast, you fucking idiot.
Bought this for you.
Breakfast is the most important meal of the day, you little fat fuck.
Yeah.
And then you have to like excuse yourself to go to the bathroom and see if like the guy helps the kid out like eating it
Well,
or
now
hiding
we
it.
need cameras.
Well, maybe like on the cake, you could also draw. So like breakfast would be like eggs and bacon, and then lunch would be a sandwich, and dinner would be like meatloaf dinner, and it'd be on the cake. You have to go to a fancy place.
Well, that's go to a fancy place and get them to look like each meal.
And
Is that
little-
what
Or
you're
just
saying?
it,
Get,
says,
like,
it says
eggs,
breakfast,
an
and
omelet
then
cake.
just a picture of an egg.
In Little
Oh, yeah,
Ethiopia, they
that's
use
good.
that stuff that forms cakes into like outstanding, like looking sculptures and stuff like that. You could go there. They'd probably make like a bacon cake, a cake that looks like bacon, or
Would that be pricey?
I don't know.
It doesn't need to
Ethiopia.
look
I don't
like
know.
it.
Little
I mean, like
Ethiopia.
that's going too far.
Well,
I think.
but I do think having a picture of like a couple sunny side up eggs.
I think that'd be
having that
funny,
drawn,
too.
And then
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a hoagie drawn on the
Like
second
a
one.
kid who it's his birthday and he loves Batman, so it says Batman. And instead, it would just be two eggs and
Well,
a side
the-
of bacon.
Or just crack an egg on it.
What's the,
The
what's the second
one,
cake?
The second one is you get a cake and make the baker write on it, people who make birthday cakes for a living have shit for brains. Let's see if he'll do that.
Just to see if they'll do it.
Well, I mean, it's
And
like, it's, I don't know how you would explain it. I think the less you can't be
can't
like,
be like-
it's just a joke for one of my baker friends.
Yeah,
That'd be the
You just have
only
to
way
be like,
to
no, I
actually-
just want this cake. So
Yeah.
could you make that, please?
Without a smirk. Yeah.
Well,
no,
yeah.
no smirks.
Like, take a long time picking it out and then just be like, I don't know, maybe
be
do
really
something.
annoying. Like, what's this one? What's
Be
inside
annoying.
That one?
Yeah,
Is it a
that's
chocolate or
the
is it just a
build-up.
chocolate top? And is it like a vanilla center?
Yeah.
Yeah, be real.
So be
slow.
annoying and
You
then
be
like
antagonistic
make him,
when you're talking.
Like maybe.
Oh, really? That's what you think?
So we need.
I
So
guess.
do you really have one of those cameras that you were talking?
The GoPro?
Yeah, the GoPro.
I gotta get one for this.
I got a
Yeah, 'cause
couple.
we need one.
I got a couple, and I got a
Really?
hat cam that has a hidden camera inside
Okay.
the
Really?
So
You
now
have
this
one
is
of
a
those?
Yeah.
project because
man.
I'll go in and be.
Well, maybe this won't translate to a. Well, this would be like an article, but then we'll have a video.
We'll have a
A
supplement.
video link at the
a,
end of
a
the
video
article.
brother to it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because that would be good to antagonize the guy for like 20 minutes before you pick out a cake, and then when he says, "Okay, what do you want written on it?" Say, "People who make birthday cakes for a living have shit for brains."
Well, would that be like you just like, listen, I've had a hard time with you and I don't like you, and now I've just come up with this
yeah,
idea,
yeah.
you
I was
fucking
going
idiot.
to get something else written.
Well, since I'm here and you've been such a hassle.
Yeah.
And then the last one, this would be good to have a kid for, and this was the first idea that I had for a cake, was you get a cake and get the baker, like get like a nice, maybe like a fancy cake and make the baker write on it, have them write happy 5th and final birthday on the cake, and then just put a big sad clown on there with like a wilted flower. It would be fun to have like a 5-year-old kid with you, just looking all sad.
yeah.
But you don't explain to them, like they'll assume like, oh, this kid's gonna die. But it's like, no, maybe we're not doing birthdays anymore after this one. We're just not celebrating.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you guys are moving somewhere that doesn't have
Yeah.
birthdays.
or you
we're
go into
just
the
done
store.
with it.
or
It's
you-
Christmas is enough.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
You
another
know?
cake. Christmas.
After your 5th birthday, no more birthdays.
And it's like me and your mother don't want to celebrate this birthday. Like we didn't want you in the first place, but we have you and we love you and everything. But like we don't want to like have to remember that day because it was horrible.
That's a long
Coach the
cake.
kid to try to kind of like sniffle a little bit and be like, stop crying.
Yeah.
Crying.
I also thought it'd be good to get a. Then it's part of another joke where I say you can get your resume printed up on a birthday cake, and then go to a job interview with your resume on a birthday cake, because that would be like, it's like you're giving them a present.
Ultimate
Like they
brown
would
nose.
really want you to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
So-
should do that with just get your headshot on a cake. Go to an audition.
have the headshot
Oh my
on the other
God.
side. It's a 2-sided cake. It's just ruined once they
They flip
once
it over
they
at the
see your
resume.
credits on the other side.
When I was in college, I did like a funny thing on a cake. It was funny to me because I was a college kid, but it was my friend's Nick's. It was his birthday, and I had the guy
Nixon?
write. Nick. I just messed it up. I said words wrong. His name was Nick, but I had the guy write happy birthday / gay marriage, and I gave that to my friend.
So the guy made it.
Yeah, he made it. He was kind of like, and I like the
Did
town.
they allow gay marriage in your state at that time?
No, I don't think. No, I
At
don't
cake
think.
places.
I think that was at the point where only like one place was allowing it. But I don't know. I thought it was super funny. I was like 19. I was like, this is so great. I was brave.
I think I should just try that second one because I like
people make
that
birthday
it's against the
baker
the guy. Is it a baker or do you think there's a special writer?
or
the
whatever.
same
I mean,
guy.
just it just says people who make birthday.
Cake
I mean, if they're
calligraphy?
making part of it, they're writing on it.
Did you guys hear my joke?
Cake.
Cake calligraphy.
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 That's the title.
Pretty good.
Good job.
Thank you guys so much.
You guys
Well, so we
standing on
should
that joke.
maybe really introduce. I mean, Doug does do the flight attendant stuff, but you also
When you're in port.
most of your income comes from.
I am a fan of Doug's. I've been a fan of Doug's for a while. We met at. Do you remember when we first met?
Yeah, that was at the Fun Fest.
That's right. Howard Kramer introduced us backstage.
That's right.
And you had a really funny. It was the first time I saw you, and it blew my mind. I thought it was hilarious. You were doing the NPR. You were doing like an NPR
the
remix.
NPR remix, yeah.
With the, but it had the cell phone interference with it, where it
Oh,
goes.
that's right.
It was fucking great.
Yeah, right in the middle of my set, I have a sample of when the phone goes off, it's like, and I'm like, who's got their phone on? And I start yelling at the crowd, and then
That's so
everyone's
awesome.
like really startled, and I'm like, oh wait, that's my phone.
But Doug also does everything for Tim. Yeah, Tim and Eric. That is
Editing,
like your style. All the
You
all those
edited
videos
the,
and stuff.
movie and
Yeah,
everything
I'm like
too,
an
right?
editor. I'm like an editor.
Here's one of my favorites, which you can find on Doug's website, Douggpound.com, 2 G's. If you look at
Be sure to put 2 G's in.
Hello, welcome to Cakes Picasso, aka Young Fro. How can I help you?
How about a pound cake? And you think you can drizzle some like sweet, kind of sugary thing?
I'ma drizzle glaze on that. Draw a little face on that. If you wanna hate on that, got a baseball bat. Smash your face all flat. I can drizzle glaze on that. If you like it tasty,
Yeah, that's
matter of
Aaron.
fact, spray it all over the bakery. Stopping on the cash flow out of the register. Pour it on my hated adjacent competitor. Pile on some hot dog buns at the ballpark. Or guzzle straight from the tip. Give me that stretch mark. Never burn a batch, every last crumb snatch. So open up wide for this muffin down there. Drizzle glaze on that.
I like how tied it together with the whole cake.
Yeah.
thing.
That's great.
That's
So
weird.
now I'm kind of
Wow.
like ripping off Tim
Good
and Eric
job.
in a way.
Wow.
Yeah, they've heard of cake and you've heard of
Everybody's
cake.
doing cake material.
Yeah.
Cake
I do
Mencia.
call out when I do when I do the when I tell the joke about the baker writing everybody or do you have shit for brains on it?
Mhm.
I act it out like where he's all like angry, but he's got to do it, and I use the microphone
the
and
microphone.
the cord as it's the only time that's ever been used. And
It's really
Oh yeah, nobody's ever
Use
used
the
the
cord
microphone as a
as
prop.
a cake
And then-
decorator.
yeah.
Well, no, people use it as dicks, and
yeah.
I brought Brendon
Nobody's ever
to,
done it where it's not a dick.
Yeah, but the actual
the cord is the stream.
the cord
is
is
the stream.
That's
of
really
the
good,
stream
yeah,
of
yeah,
the
yeah.
frosting. But
Yeah.
when I asked Brendon to do this show with me in Nevada City, California last year, the cable was like blue or red.
It was red.
It was red.
Made
it was
even
perfect.
better. Yeah.
Oh man.
I did that joke, and it is like not that I'm a prop comic, although I do travel with a bunch of
you
props.
do, just in case.
And I use them throughout my set, but I'm
It's
not
just
a
in
prop
case you
comic. I'm
lose
just a
your
comic.
nose.
I'm not a prop comedian. I'm not a prop comic. I'm a comedian who happens to use props.
The props
throughout
aren't a
his set.
crutch.
Right.
Actually,
but every
props-
joke involves at least one prop.
I'm a
Oh,
propped
okay.
up comic. I make people bring me on stage on one of those dollies, and then they prop me up, and I do my jokes.
I
and then
go
they take
through
me
a
off
big
stage.
thing of props, but I just tell regular
You're like
jokes.
Hannibal Laughter.
Yeah, that's what I am.
I just tell. That's very funny.
Oh my God, that's a good. We should do that character. You guys just bring you up on stage with a fucking mask, ladies and gentlemen. Hannibal Laughter.
You guys are fake laughing right now, right?
No, that's like the
Okay.
funniest. That's the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life.
I thought we were doing a bit where we were all laughing.
Hannibal laughter.
You don't like
Hannibal
that?
laughter. The
No, I think
world's
it's
only
funny.
popped up comic.
I was just blown away by
He's
it.
not a prop comic.
He's
or
a
propped up comic. All right, Randy doesn't like it. But
No, I'm laughing.
Yeah,
you
Randy
idiots.
seems
No,
really
no, no.
pissed.
He's real mad.
Well,
I'm really pissed.
Maybe he can also go to colleges
so
and
mad.
do. He can also go to colleges and do talks that aren't necessarily comedy.
Oh,
and then he could be
double.
Hannibal Lecture.
We harmonize a lot on this show.
Oh, you got to.
We
Yeah.
just
Gotta
broke the
harmonize.
internet.
So do you also do a lot of writing for Tim and Eric also, or are you just doing mostly the video editing? Because your style seems like on your own videos on your website seem exactly the same. Like, is that Adobe
Well,
Effects?
yeah, I did some writing, and after a few seasons of the Tim and Eric Awesome Show, they gave me a writing credit on every episode, even if I didn't like necessarily write any of the bits,
Cha-ching.
just because of no cha-ching.
No.
Stop making racial slurs.
Oh yeah, that's rude.
No, it wasn't any additional money. It was
Yeah.
just a credit because you add a lot
Because
of
the
jokes with the
style,
graphics
yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
You put a lot. You put a lot of.
Did
jokes
they?
in there.
Their style before they came out here was kind of like yours. Like it's kind of a perfect marriage between your style and this style that they had developed at what college or wherever they were. You know.
Temple University, right?
Yeah, they went
go
to Temple University.
They're from Philly, and you're from Chicago. How did you hook up with those guys?
I moved to LA about the same time they did. They got like their first show, Tom Goes to the Mayor, and I wanted to get involved in the TV comedy business,
Uh-huh.
and I answered one Craigslist ad that said comedy show wants an intern, and it
Wow.
happened to be them.
Wow.
And ever since then, I've been working with them.
Oh, that's awesome. And so
It's weird.
Did you go to college for that stuff?
I went to film school in Chicago called Columbia College.
Columbia.
Columbia College.
Did you ever get in trouble there?
Who else went there? Dave. Wait, no, what's his name?
Navarro.
Dave Navarro.
Dave Navarro.
Yep.
How does his head fit there?
No, I think that guy. What's that guy's name? Bob Odenkirk and
Newhart.
Cross?
Bob Newhart.
no, not David Cross. Jay Johnston and who's that other nutty guy?
Jonathan Taylor Thomas?
Who's that nutty guy with the he's like Andy Dick.
Oh. Oh, we got to play our new Reggie Watts keeps tweaking.
Oh yeah, he
our
keeps on
theme
tweaking
song.
the theme song.
We had him do a theme song for us, but
Yeah.
he keeps tweaking it. But we'll play that in a little bit.
Okay.
Okay.
So you met those guys. You answered an ad on Craigslist, one ad, and then you just wound up interning. How long did it take from like interning to actually like working, like getting?
I think I started interning in September, and then around first of the year I started working
Now,
because they were very understaffed. It was their first show,
Mm-hmm.
and
this was Tom Goes to the Mayor.
time goes to the mayor,
Okay.
and like I could just see that the editor and the other graphics guys they were just there late, the animators,
Oh.
and I saw what they were doing, and I knew all that stuff. I was like, I got a laptop, I can just help.
Mm-hmm.
You guys need help, right? And then I'm like, yeah, and I just started doing it.
That's
and then
awesome.
Yeah,
they-
it sounds like they lucked out and you lucked out. Like you
Yeah.
already.
it was
had
kind of
all
like a
the
perfect
skills. Yeah.
helped 'em, yeah.
situation.
It
yeah.
seems like everything those guys do. I don't know them very well, but I mean, we play wiffle ball and stuff, and they have a good. It seems like you guys have a really good crew of people that work there. Like it seems like everything happened kind of organically, where people just like kind of interned and.
Yeah, we've had a lot of awesome. We have like an amazing group, but they've cycled through a lot of people, and I'm the one that's been there the longest.
Yeah.
Like of their whole production company, I'm the guy that's been there the longest. You know what I mean?
So
Like
you
a
have
lot of people came through.
So you have the party.
They had
spot.
this guy before me was Jonathan Kreisel, but now he went on to do SNL,
Oh
and
yeah.
now he directs Portlandia,
Okay.
and he's
Okay.
doing the Nick Kroll show, and
Yeah.
And you're working on both of those
he's
as well,
having
right?
great success. I did the Portlandia show, but I'm not working on the Nick Kroll show.
I like that Portlandia show. I just got into it. It's really good. It's fun.
I don't see
It's
it
a fun
lot.
show.
Did your style
it on
grow
demand
from
sometime.
working with them, or did you kind of come in with that style anyway?
I don't know. This is kind of a weird thing to like answer because I did have some of those little edit tricks that I had been developing on my own.
Yeah.
You know.
yeah.
But then Jonathan had his own tricks, and we all kind of just shared and
mushed them together.
mushed them together.
That's what Davey and I do. We share and we mush them
We
together.
share and mush
Yeah.
together. Also, we play whistle ball with those guys.
Whistle ball.
Yeah.
Oh, when
What
you have
what
to-
kind of ball do you use for that? A
It's
whistle
a,
ball.
it's
Well,
a,
a whistle
it's
ball.
a tiny little.
It's like a cork-
plastic ball, a little cork ball.
Cork.
Is
and
it the ball
needle.
that's inside the whistle?
Mm-hmm.
Actually,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yes, we play whistle
Yeah,
ball. Yeah,
that's why it's called whistle ball.
And
you
then
just-
how do you get it out of there?
No, what we get it at you have it. It takes a bit of tearing, and then the referee never when he calls a foul, you never hear it.
And the way it works is you throw the whistle ball at each other's whistles, and whoever whistles it the farthest wins.
Yeah.
Wow.
Something like that. I don't know. We're still figuring it out.
Yeah, I mean, it's a game in progress. We're going to make
It's
a
like-
movie out of it, like basketball.
Or like it's kind of like rugby. You don't really know what's
Yeah.
happening, but someone
I
does.
play
you know?
play Hugby.
Hugby.
Yeah,
You
it's just
do?
a bunch of us. We get together, and like it's mostly just that scrim part where it's
Scrum.
Scrum?
Scrum.
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 Scrim or scrum.
called
Did you
scrum.
ever play Smear the Queer?
Yeah.
Mhm. I was just
Now,
playing.
how do you
today.
play
I
that
don't know.
game?
What is that?
Like one guy has the ball and everyone
Whoever-
else has to smear that.
You just
Whoever has the
you just
ball,
politically
you attack.
destroy them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just do a
Yeah.
smear campaign in the media.
Hey, you know what? I actually.
and then you just kiss their penis, right?
Yeah.
what's
You
that?
must have been advanced
Then
when you were a
everybody-
kid because we kind of just tackled them.
He's
I don't know what
Davey.
I
Davey's
had connections to the
Davey's
paper.
making calls.
I actually, in the neighborhood I grew up in Philadelphia, we had the most uncreative names for existing names. Like like Smear the Queer, we just called it Kill the Man with the Ball. And
What about Ding Dong
Yeah.
Ditch? What did you call that?
we called that Knock Knock Zoom Zoom.
Knock Knock Zoom Zoom.
For real?
Really?
Yeah, because you
That's
knocked
amazing.
and then you
Kind
zoomed
of
away.
creative.
Oh man.
Kind of, but
Well,
it's
what
like,
is smear the queer? Because I've heard the term, but I always thought that it was just kind of like picking on some poor.
The way we played it was
Guy.
like there's like a football or a Nerf
Yeah.
ball,
You
and
just
whoever has
throw it
that
up
ball,
real
you throw it
high.
up, and somebody grabs it. Everyone has to tackle that.
and they
the
run
queer.
away.
Your
That
goal
It's
is
person's
like
to-
tag, but more violent.
Yeah, but it's like
And
it's
involving a
such a weird
punch.
thing that it keeps happening.
But
'cause
then
it's
once
like,
you smear that queer,
Yeah.
then that queer is dead, and then they relinquish the ball to the next queer,
literally.
and then you kill the next one.
but you still want to
Smear
get the
the
ball
next
for
one.
some reason.
Yeah, I don't know why you want to
'Cause
be
you're
the
like, I
queer.
can't wait to
Somebody's
get
gonna grab it, but you
smeared.
don't
Well,
really
because you
want to be
can
the
fight
queer.
back though, like it's basically like you're returning a kick return. Like you're the guy who caught the ball, but you just don't have any defenders, and you're just
Yeah.
like running, and there's like 5 or however many other guys against you, just trying.
Is
to
there like
get
a
you.
safe base area that if you can run there before them getting to you, you're safe from getting smeared?
I don't remember.
No.
Probably not.
No,
and,
no.
and you're just declared like king queer.
No.
Do you ever play Suicide?
King of the
That was
Queers?
another game, but I think that has another name.
I play
like,
that. I
What's
try.
that
I
show
attempt to
called?
play
What's
that
that
every
show called?
Wednesday.
Yeah,
That
Davey
game
attempts
is
that.
what you
I
do
never
is
played it,
it's
but I've
like it's
attempted.
wall ball, like where you have a tennis ball and you just like you throw it
Oh,
against
yeah.
the wall,
Or like a racquetball.
and then the other guy's got to catch it.
Right.
Like you have to catch it off a bounce or like catch it in the air, and if you bobble it, like if you drop it, you have to run to the wall and touch it before the other guy can wing the ball at you.
And
if
hit the
you,
wall. And then if they hit the wall before you touch the wall,
then you have to stand there, yeah, and then they
And then
wing
they-
it at your
they can
back
hit
as
you,
hard
yeah.
as they can.
Did you guys ever play Kick the Can?
Yeah.
No.
That was a good one. But you had to have be by like a cul-de-sac or
You
one
had
of
to
those,
have cans.
those round.
But why is
things.
that screen all blurry? Is that the one that says how many people were watching?
No, that's the blurry screen background thing.
I played.
Did you guys ever play Splatter Faggots?
Oh yeah.
Only
yeah.
on Xbox 360 when they did it on the Xbox Arcade.
I
Yeah.
used to just play it in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
Did you?
Just get
Yeah.
the paints and stuff.
For those who aren't familiar,
It's we just called that painting.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought it was called Splatter Faggots.
No, that's
Yeah.
what my mom called it to me. She's like,
Yeah.
you fucking
Oh.
This
splatter
spring we're
faggot.
gonna just splatter
You're just
fag. We're gonna
painting.
splatter fag the dining room.
Oh, you and your watercolors, you stupid fucking
Mom, that's
faggot.
offensive on so many levels.
I played 2 games. There's 2 games that I played in my neighborhood. There's 2 kids that lived down the street, and we constantly play. And one of them was called Fire. We made it up.
and one was poop in the bucket.
One time it was poop in the bucket, but most of the time it was called Fire. One person was the fire. The other 2 acted like they were camping and sleeping.
Yeah.
And then the fire would come and wake them up, and then they would go fire. It was like Smear the Queer. The 2 campers then had to tackle the fire, and then we just played it until it got dark. Like it was so stupid.
Wait, that'd be best played at dark, wouldn't it?
Well, I mean, we had to go
The
inside.
aesthetic
once it got
of the
dark.
game.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It'd
Flashlight
be better
tag?
if you set them on fire.
Yeah. That was the revenge episode. But and then the other one was we didn't have a name for it, but you would put the hose down your pants and you would turn it on full blast until your dick got really cold and you couldn't handle it anymore.
Oh, what?
Really?
Yeah, that was a game of
Your uncle teach you that game?
yeah.
It's a game of skill.
Yeah.
No, it was just like who could last the longest, and you just sat there with the hose down your pants,
Wow.
Yeah.
and then
Ding dong dare.
yeah, it was called yeah.
I I had some asshole friends. I mean, we were all like assholes at one point when we were
Yeah.
in high school, and we put a spin on Knock Knock Zoom Zoom, where we would, because like the neighborhood I grew up in, it was mostly like row houses, like row homes, and so they had mail slots like in the door, like in the front door, like a mail slot.
Mm-hmm.
So
Like a
and-
glory hole?
like a glory hole,
Like
but
a
for,
MAI.
for
For-
catalogs and letters.
A
MAI.
glory
Yeah.
Well, for a
slot.
really thin letter like
Oh, like a lasagna
penis.
dick.
Yeah.
Like if you
Pasta
have
dick.
a sheet
Yeah.
cake dick.
Yeah.
So what we would do, and like on the front of the houses, they had a hose, because they would hose like whatever little patch of lawn. So what we would do is we'd take the hose, stick it into the mail slot, turn it on full blast, and knock on the
Jesus.
door and run away.
Oh
Oh,
wow.
that's a good twist.
So that's a different version of the end knock.
That's a
game.
huge asshole
Yeah,
move.
that's rude.
Like there are a lot of things that I did that.
Did you ever
ruined
play
my karma.
Royce Boys?
No.
Oh. Maybe you didn't. Oh, you had lived in Rose neighborhood? because I lived in like a really rich neighborhood. We all had Rolls Royces.
Oh yeah. No.
So we would race our Rolls Royces around.
Yeah.
Just
Mhm.
call
yeah,
it
yeah, yeah.
Royce boys.
Royce boys.
So it's just
Yeah.
like a race.
Like about 10 of us.
Come
We
on,
all-
boys.
Yeah, we all had our Rollses.
Yeah.
Get the boys together.
And then we would crash them, and then our parents wouldn't even know. That's how rich we were.
You just
Yeah.
get me
Yeah.
one.
Well, you'd be able to take it and exchange it and pay the difference, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Had really good allowance.
Royce boys.
Royce
We
boys.
chased a girl one time with a water balloon, and then she got to her house, and we threw it, and then she opened the door, and it went inside of her house and got her inside of her house wet, and her angry dad, who drove like an old Corvette, came out and like brought us in to clean it up. It was the most terrifying thing.
Yeah, that's the worst.
So scary to go into like some girl that we'd never been into a girl's house. We were like, we were 8, and we had to go and clean up this guy's carpet. He was so mad at us.
Or you just needed towels.
Yeah, but he
This
wanted
is
to.
water.
But we were like picking on his daughter,
that's scary.
and we got his house wet.
That's
Man.
scary.
It's I don't know what it is with like adolescent boys that just you like fucking with people's property. Like we had a couple people in our neighborhood, a couple like older guys who were just like those dudes like that would tell you to get away from their car and get off their lawn and shit.
Yeah.
And so we would just like do shit to them, like knock on their door, throw like fucking mud at their window, and we would try to get a chase. That's what.
Dude,
like,
I
we
used to do
wanted-
the same
Give you
thing.
a chase on
I
it.
was lying about the Royce boys thing, but this one's true. We used to
You
throw.
took our trust and you trampled
Yeah, I'm
it.
sorry about that.
Never lie on the bone zone.
No, but I used to. We used to throw
No lie
apples.
zone.
We used to throw apples at cars.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
From like a pretty far distance, so you kind of had to have a good,
Yeah.
you throw it early, and then if you connected, it was kind of fun.
Yeah.
But then that kind of got boring because once a car saw us and we got the chase. Once we got the chase, then we got the real rush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we started to go for the chase, but then after that, we realized we didn't even need to throw anything. So we would literally stand on the corner with nothing in our hand, and whenever like a Trans Am would come by,
Yeah.
or whatever, some hot shot car,
T-top style.
we would
car.
act like we're throwing stuff at their car and not throw anything just to get a chase.
Yeah.
Wow.
Chases were so
You guys were good.
exhilarating.
And we
Good
knew the whole
kids.
neighborhood. We knew where to go.
Chases.
That's funny because
So we didn't have to
we don't wanna-
vandalize, but we still got the rush.
Yeah.
The only chase I ever had.
No doing anything bad, but all the trouble.
Exactly.
That's great.
There's 2 chases I had. One
Well,
time
David
was,
Chase, that's another story.
The David
Randy's
Chase, yeah.
road stories. Tell him about the most recent car accident that you were involved in.
the most recent car accident.
I want to hear about his chase first.
Yeah.
Do you want to hear?
Okay, yeah, we'll do the chases.
Brendon, you have
Okay.
ADD, don't you?
My chase.
I just noticed that.
No.
Wait, can you guys pause the podcast so I can go pee? Just
Oh, no, you can
silence.
just pee here.
Okay.
You
We'll just
just be right there.
Okay.
Continue. I'll listen to it later.
Listen
Okay.
to it? Okay. So my chase, 2 chases. One, this is the type of neighborhood I grew up in. One, in the middle of winter, I was in a snowball fight with my neighbor. He was this kid who was about 5 years older than I was.
Mhm.
And then he got mad because I had hit him with a snowball at one point. So he went in and got a knife and chased me around my house. That's a good chase.
Wow.
What type of knife?
It was just like
Rambo
a
knife?
steak knife. Yeah. It was like a steak knife, but I was frightened, of course.
Yeah.
But the other chase was, I was notorious when I was young. I'd have to go find my sister because she'd go over to other people's houses, and then it'd be dinner time, and they'd make me go fetch her. And so one time I was across the street, and I'd knock on the door, and they wouldn't get her, and it was like they just had the screen door shut, so I just like ripped the screen open when I was like 6,
Yeah.
7 or something. Like that's the only way I understood it. Well, I have to get her. I'm gonna like they're keeping her hostage. I'm gonna rip on the screen door.
Wow.
That was bad, but then like the parents of that household were like, yeah, our kids were being assholes and not letting her go home or whatever. Like they understood my moral reasoning at that age.
Also, you had him at gunpoint.
Also, I carried a gun
They were
everywhere I
saying
went.
whatever would
The
get
second
them free.
time, my sister, I couldn't find her, and I was like knocking door to door. This is the sort of thing I had to go find my sister every day. I was knocking on door to door, and I was down the block. I knocked on this one door, but I was knocking on the glass part of the hard door, and the glass broke. When I
Oh.
went knock, knock, break,
Oh,
and my
I-
hand stood there, and I was like in shock, and I was like, what? What's going on? And then I heard someone go, hey! I was like, ah! And I like had to run a
Right.
full like block away from an adult to get to
Yeah.
my house. And I was like running. And I got to my porch, and they finally like grabbed my arm and then like were knocking on my parents' door. And they was like, this kid just broke the window. And they're like, well, he's looking for his. Everything was fine. They paid for it. A month later, the head of that household was arrested for being a child molester.
You almost
what
got
household?
it.
Yeah.
Your household?
This is a really good. My household? No, the household that I was chased from.
The guy that grabbed you?
Yeah. It was a great neighborhood I lived in. It was a wonderful, and I fit in perfectly.
That's scary.
Yeah, you live, you learn. You hopefully you don't get your butt.
It's one of those.
It's like a butthole.
I think I just found one of those things you guys fuck that you talk about.
Oh, the fleshlight. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
That's
yeah.
That's actually just
It's
somebody's
like a
butthole.
fleshlight mini.
Yeah.
Someone's hole fell out.
It's like a
That happened
butthole.
to me last
We're
week.
like David Lynch,
Yeah.
only instead of a vagina in a
Did you-
jar, we have a butthole
Did
on
you
a table.
cast your own butthole? Did Cynthia Plastercaster do this?
Yeah.
It's a new.
She's doing buttholes now.
She does
Yeah.
buttholes, not dicks.
They're calling her Aster Caster.
That's a great idea for a little sketch too,
Yeah,
like a
Aster
thing. Like
Caster.
that'd be a funny video, like
A man, but he goes to
Yeah.
He goes to female bands.
No,
Because
I guess
Cynthia
better-
we have to tell people what Cynthia Plasticaster is.
No, we've talked about her
She-
before, right? She took like
She did Jimi Hendrix's
Hendrix.
dick.
musicians' dicks. Yeah.
She gets
she
it
did
hard,
Frampton.
and then
They
she
did a display at the Steve Allen Theater. She brought all of her like.
Oh, she did?
She took all these rock stars in the '60s, '70s, like a plaster cast of their erect penises, as
Yeah.
erect as they could get with a plaster cast going
Yeah.
on.
she still does it.
She still does.
Yeah, but I think one of us as a man should do like female rock stars' buttholes.
Yeah, maybe.
Probably should be Brian because he likes buttholes.
I love them.
Do you love buttholes?
I do.
You're a big
And
butthole guy.
I'm glad my butthole still exists after the fart candy that we had last week. And
Yeah.
Randy, I'm
Randy-
glad that you're doing
we would
okay.
like to send a shout out first to everybody who bought us gifts off the Bone Zone wish list on Amazon. Did we get anything? Nothing else this week?
Well, the ice house is closed today, so the mail didn't come today. But
Oh.
nothing so far.
Because we
think-
got a couple tweets saying that they
I think
bought
Trent
us
said
some
he's
stuff.
sending us some
Ninja stars.
Ninja stars.
I can't
That's
wait to see
awesome.
that.
Some throwing stars. we're
Someone
getting.
bought me a vegetable peeler, but it's going to be a few weeks before it's back in stock.
So you guys are registered on Amazon like a wedding?
Yeah, we have a
Like
wish
a-
Wish list.
Well, like
Like a
porno
strip
stars
Like
do
porn
it,
stars, but for us.
but it's
and,
for us.
And I think what I'm going to start doing,
Porn stars do that?
Davey and
We were
Davey and me and Ari Shafir were talking about it today. We're going to actually put things on our wish list that we want to buy for porn stars off of their wish list.
Yeah.
So if you want to buy us something, basically
So it'll say from you.
it'll be a gift from me to a porn star.
Yeah.
But you'll pay for it.
yeah.
Subsidized by one of your fans.
We're just a
Because that would be a
middleman.
gift
We're
for
just a
me, because then
middleman.
I wouldn't have to pay the money on
Sure.
the bathtub that I'm sending to a porn star.
Ari Shafir and Randy and I today were at a callback for a commercial where we were going in for the role of a burrito.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All you guys are in competition.
We were all in competition for the role of burrito.
For burrito.
Yeah. I think Randy has the best chances of us all. got a
Just
good
based,
charm. He's got a
just
great
based
charm.
on my physical appearance, and I wore my tortilla-colored shirt, which is a white shirt with stains on it, so it looks like the brown spots of a
and there's
tortilla.
lettuce poking out
I
of
wrote-
the neck hole.
I wore my tinfoil jacket, so it looked like a Chipotle burrito.
I wore a dark blue shirt and said that I was a blue corn tortilla
Yeah,
burrito. I was like switching it up a little bit.
we killed it.
I auditioned to be a bag of chips.
Really?
Yeah, just the voice of a bag of chips, and I didn't get it. I see the commercials now. It's Tostitos, and it's a talking bag.
Oh,
I
yeah,
see
saw
that.
that
I
last
see
night.
that talking
Hey, I
bag.
blew out my bag.
Yeah.
It's
I
like- it
did
sounds
just as good of
exactly
a
like
job
you.
as that guy.
He
And then
did
they
a good
said,
job.
"Could you bring us in someone who sounds like Brendan but doesn't have
A Brendan
the
Walsh
ego?
type. That's
Yeah.
what.
An ego.
Like, I'm
Brendan
getting
Walsh
really
type, not
a
Brendan
lot,
Walsh.
A lot of my work is going to Brendan Walsh types, but
Do you guys go
I
on
just
a
want
lot of-
to tell them I'm available as shit. So
Do you do a lot of auditions and stuff?
Not
like
a
for
lot.
commercials?
No. Nope.
Davey, I see you on commercials all
Yeah,
the time.
I do a lot of auditions. Yeah, that's my main source. I'm so lazy. I got a commercial agent from someone who saw me at a show one time. Garage Comedy when it was good. Do you remember that?
Back at
in
the
the
El
day.
Cid? or-
Back in the day, El Cid,
I
like
love-
first at the El Cid.
Yeah.
Someone saw me there. Is Mandy Kahn? Do you know Mandy Kahn?
I think so.
She used to work for Naomi Odenkirk. This is all industry.
Right.
This is all businessy talk. But she got me my commercial agent, and I'm so lazy I haven't advanced past that. I have an agent, no manager, no theatrical agent.
But you're always in like how many commercials a year do you?
That's
book
how you make your
for real?
living.
Last year I did 4. It's around 7.
You
on a
gotta
good
make
year.
you gotta make some tall paper on that shit.
It's okay.
man.
It depends.
Super Bowl spots? Ever done a Super
I've
Bowl
done one
spot?
Super Bowl spot. Yeah.
Which one?
Have you had a 6-figure year so far?
What would be 6 figure?
Like
Have
over
you gone as
100
have
I've
you
grand?
gotten really close.
have you gone as
Wow.
low as 6 yet, or are you still in the 7s?
I'm
Yeah.
still in the 7s. I've gotten really close to getting down there. Really close to dipping down to that.
That's when you know you're on your way out.
No, but I mean, like, it's one of those things, like, my family's all like, oh yeah, like sometimes family members need money or something, or friends need money or something, and I'm perfectly happy.
I'm right here, Davey.
I'm more.
You can save me.
Randy needs money.
I can't afford to buy a plane ticket.
I'm willing for friends and stuff like that, but I get so worried about. I grew up so not poor, but like where money's a big worry.
How poor were you if you weren't poor?
Just poor.
What was the family
I was
car?
like poor.
What was the family car?
Geo Metro station.
Always
wagon?
a broken down Volvo. It's always
Oh,
some
Volvo.
sort of
Oh, like
station
hipster
wagon.
parents. Cool parents.
No, it was really broken down.
Birkenstock Christians.
They got it from they went to the wherever they dispense of cars that no longer drive. They went there probably and got it, and they're just like, maybe we can fix it up. Never went. Nah, it was always like bad cars.
Well, but your town had really great public transportation.
It was great, yeah. Well, because it was
Cars
only
were a
like,
luxury. You didn't need a car.
like it's like a mile radius around the whole town, so
in
you
the
could
middle
just
of Nebraska.
bike anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless it's
Public
winter
transportation. Buy
Yeah.
a bike.
yeah, public transportation. Walk there.
Publicly.
Walk to school.
What kind of sneakers did you have? Nikes or
I didn't. I had like
pumps?
Bobos.
no, I never had Nikes.
Pump
I
it
had.
up.
I
Did
had
you
like
guys call like?
ponies? Do you remember
Oh,
ponies?
yeah,
Oh, ponies are
Ponies
cool.
are awesome.
Those
They're
are
cool
cool.
now.
They're cool now.
Now they're
right?
cool
Or
again.
they're like cool again. But I had them. Everyone like when the Air Jordans came out, and that was like a status thing, and I didn't know the difference between status and an actual good shoe.
Well, and Air Jordans were like the first like $100.
They were the
sneaker.
first like
Yeah.
big thing. Like I was made fun of so much, and also for some reason it happened after I was run over by the van. For some reason, I got used to wearing.
He did get. He did get
got
ran
run over by a van.
every time
Yeah.
you mention.
My
got
friend
run
got
over
run
by a
over
van.
by a van when he was a kid. too.
Really? Oh man, we
His
should.
dad was driving the van.
We should hang out and try
For
to
real?
And it was on
For
try to
real.
be each other's wingman at bars or something.
Was he in a body cast for
He
a
was
long
he was
time?
actually fine. He was one of those kids that was like super tough.
Impervious
like
to everything?
He falls off the house and he like just runs away. He doesn't.
rubber bones.
Yeah.
Rubber bones.
I know her.
I used to try to be tough. I used to put rocks in my pocket, so when people would punch me, I'd just lean in with the pocket so they'd punch the rocks.
For real?
Are
Yeah.
you serious?
Did, you, did you get beat up that much where you had to wear
but
rocks
you were
in your
getting
pockets?
beat up because you had rocks in your
There was-
pockets.
It's like a,
No, I was getting
it's
beat
like
up.
it's like a snake eating its
I
own
was like,
tail.
I was getting beat up because the only coat that my family would buy for me would be like trench coats from like Goodwill. So I was like showing up looking like Kermit the
Carl
Frog from his
Malden.
news reports. Is how we would.
Action Life News.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kermit
like
the Frog here.
super, super formal outerwear with sweatpants
yeah.
underneath.
Like London fog. He had like a
Oh
London
man,
fog jacket.
terrible. Thanks for letting me reminisce.
Randy, that's funny that you said that you got beat up because of the rocks in it. Because you guys all had those people that were in your high school that something was off with them. Like we had this one guy that thought he was Howard Cosell, who was like this old sports broadcaster, and all he would do is like walk left and right and watch people play sports and go, "This is Howard Cosell," yes. And that's all he did.
Yeah.
Like,
It'd
like
be the most
seriously.
awesome. I would hang out with that guy. No, by high school I had cured myself
Wait, we're
because
not-
I.
no.
So, but
not
wait, the
awesome.
rocks
I
in the
tried-
pocket.
Is
I
that
tried
Bob
to-
Costas in high school?
I
Did you go to
tried to-
school with him?
I tried to develop humor by high school, so like I had my own little niche, so I had friends that I could hang out with. I wasn't getting like beat up or anything. I didn't get beat up that often.
How did,
But
how
wait,
did you
with the
settle?
rocks in the pocket.
Yeah,
Rocks
so
yeah.
you were-
What
rocks
came
in the
first, the
pocket.
rocks or the punches?
Yeah,
Well, this kid, I think his name was Zed or Zach.
Zed's dead.
Zed's dead, baby. He the first time I knew he was bad was in kindergarten. This was all, by the way, one elementary school, and we moved around a lot. So there's this one kid who in kindergarten made me smell his finger because he was like, smells like poop for some reason.
You were like, I'll get to the bottom of this.
Yeah, it does smell like poop. And I
Yep.
think after that, he knew I was the mark. But the day that I realized I should guard myself is because he came after me with what looked like a giant log. It was like a branch off a tree that had fallen in the rain or something. It was wet, and I knew that it was wet, and I was smart enough to know if wood is wet, it's more it's softer and it breaks easy. So I just let him he went to swing. He swung it at me. Well, if it's weak enough to fall off a tree, then it's a deadened. Yeah, so he went to swing it at me, and I put my back towards him, and he hit it over my back, and it broke in two, and he was like, whoa, like he thought I was Superman or something like that. And then after that, I was like, I'm going
I
to
better fortify my jacket because he's
fortifying
going to
my
try this
jacket,
again.
my trench coat, fortifying my trench coat with rocks. At one point, he went to like punch like.
Did you have a rock in the back?
No. It was all. I had like a million
Sheetrock.
pockets. It's a trench coat with a million pockets in the front.
No, where did you select these rocks?
Window wells?
Were they like flagstones from like your neighbors?
They were just
like,
the stones that were on the playground. It was just like those, like
the white ones.
gravel stones.
like river
I put 'em in.
pebbles.
The thing is, I knew. I was also smart enough to know the physics of it. I was like, when he punches, the rocks are going to go into my chest. Like the force of the punch is going to be
Worse.
that's
not
why you
really.
filled your
I think
shirt with
that wouldn't
leaves.
help. They
Not
wouldn't
really.
help unless
It
it was
di-
a small rock.
It
then would-
distributed them through the. It's like when people lay in a bed of nails and people are like, ooh, but honestly, it's not that bad because
Right.
the nails are almost
Spaced out.
they're not spaced out. They're so
so
close.
close.
Well,
so
no, that's
close
what I mean.
together.
The spacing of
Yeah.
them is like
It, they're almost like a solid thing. With the rocks, and your body distributes its energy through those nails, so it's not like
Right.
going through one thing. That's what it was like with the rocks. There's so many there that the energy was distributed. It didn't hurt so much, but like it was a shock to him, and he probably thought I had lumpy tits.
Did you
Now-
have like a nickname because of that, like Sandy Shoes or?
No, there wasn't a nickname for me. I'm sure at some point there was.
Now,
a
when you
nickname,
go
but
through
nobody told
TSA
me.
nowadays, do they
They
take
do
you
for
aside with the
rocks?
rocks, or do they let
I,
you through with the rocks?
Well, I
Depends
mean,
on-
they're not
depends on
metal.
the type of rock.
It
You
Wait,
can
do you
be-
still wear
if
the
I
rocks?
have
or-
if I have to go through the X-ray thing, then they see them.
Yeah.
Okay.
But as long as I can go through the, as long as I don't have any sort of, I try to make sure I don't have any metals in there.
That would
like
be-
it's pure rock.
yes. That would be a good experiment. Like, I wonder
Stone
what
Age.
TSA would do if you like
Had a bunch
just
of
had
turquoise.
rocks in every one of your pockets, and
Or
you
in
just
your
put them in all
suitcase.
those
What
bus
if in your
bins.
suitcase
These
is
are
just
just my
two
rocks.
huge stones?
Yeah.
Two huge like rocks, and one says, and they both say like
Two
they have
25-pound
names.
rocks, that way you
They
don't
have
have to pay
names
more.
on them. They have like murder list names on them.
Well, that could be it. If it says murder list.
yeah, murder
Yeah,
list.
don't label it as friends.
Don't
list.
ever write murder list on anything.
Murder list, and then just have the pilots. It just says pilots.
Oh, here we go again.
the other one says like flight attendants.
You
Freelance flights.
One rock for each section of the crew.
Yeah.
I
You
had an idea for a joke before, and I've tried it on stage a few times, but it's like it's not really well formed. But when you watch movies with serial killers,
Yeah.
the
you're
person
watching a movie with like you're sitting
like
next to a
you
serial
In a
go
killer.
movie
you and
theater
John Wayne
with them.
Gacy,
Yeah.
you go to visit him,
Okay.
and then they have a movie room, so you
Okay.
can sit there and watch like
Yeah.
Cool as Ice or whatever.
That's the one you would
With
watch.
him,
Ninja
That's
Turtles
his,
2.
his
Turtles.
favorite, yeah.
Mhm.
Turtles in Paradise.
There was never a Turtles in Paradise.
Aren't
Brendon.
turtles
Stop
always
lying.
in paradise, by the way?
Yeah.
Well, he's a
Pretty
party
much.
dude,
Continue.
so.
But I always thought, because like when you see a movie that features a serial killer in it,
Oh, okay.
like the person who figures it out, they go into their place to like look for clues, and there's always a big scrapbook of all the murders or like all these newspaper clippings. So it wasn't really a joke. It was just advice to serial killers, like don't keep a scrapbook
Mhm.
or all the newspaper clippings of your murders.
Do you
We
think
should-
moms that like coupon? Do you think they're just serial killers?
Serial killers, like they have that tendency.
Yeah,
they
they're
have
the same.
gene.
They're like one
They have that-
chromosome
yeah.
off of a
Yeah.
murderous.
They're one car. They're one like like road rage moment away.
Yeah,
from
like if
just
they didn't
snapping.
have to shop for a family, they'd be murdering.
Yeah, they would be. I gotta get this. Yeah, they're just good scrapbookers. I need a reason to scrapbook.
Have any of
Gonna
you
go murder.
Have any of you ever like scrapbook? That's an industry. Like there's stores that sell scrapping. and
I've
stuff.
never-
I know,
I've
it's
never
big.
Have you ever been to a scrapbook store?
Yeah.
No.
It's actually kind of cool.
What do they have? They just have like wacky scissors that cut in zigzags and stuff. That's
Yeah.
all I know.
Yeah, they have like
this
props.
This
that-
whole punch is like a snowflake. Have you ever been to the
But aren't scrapbooks for like memories, right? I always used to make jokes with like almost every girl that I hang out with, or like, you know, when I go on a date with a girl and I give them, you know, you buy the movie tickets, and every time I give them the ticket, I'm like, you save this. Here's something for your scrapbook. And every time I do something with a girl, I always make a scrapbook reference, like you're
Yeah.
gonna put this in a scrapbook.
Well,
Well,
that's 'cause
remember everything.
society teaches us that women scrapbook, right?
It's
That-
not a bad idea if
it's
you
a
think about it. If
generalization.
I've kept a scrapbook of everything I did, it's probably a lot of memories in
We're
there.
not being
Yeah.
sexist when we say that women scrapbook.
I mean,
Women be scrapbooking.
They'd be scrapbooking.
they be scrapbooking.
Girl.
Now our Facebook's
I
pretty
mean,
much that though. We don't really
I
need
suppose,
scrapbooks
yeah.
anymore.
Digital
Twitter.
scrapbooks.
So men scrapbook.
Yeah,
We
we
do.
all scrapbook
A lot.
now.
I wish I used to save because we didn't have a computer in my home. I used to save
Here we go again.
every paper that I wrote. My family keeps on sending me like notebooks from old classes and stuff, and they're just packed with every single thing the teacher ever said. I was like so meticulous about everything, and like it's like I wish certain things I'd like to save, but you ever go over your old shit and be
sorry.
like,
That's
this?
my phone.
Oh yeah, that's your ringtone.
Oh.
Huh? Who is that? It's John C. Riley.
That's a piano player.
It's a piano player calling him up.
It's Philip Glass.
Wait, so you didn't have a computer when you were growing up?
No. But now I get these things, and
Did you just use an Etch-a-Sketch?
yeah, I did. I just turned it in.
turned
I was
it into
like,
Etch-a-Sketch.
please let there not be an earthquake on the way to school.
Could you grade
This one day
before next period?
do you mind? It's gonna go away quickly.
No, not the next school period. Your next period, Mrs.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Tomlinson.
Did you ever hit on teachers when you were younger? Like you thought you had a chance with like a 40-year-old lady? I could see Davey doing that.
I hit on. No,
I think
no,
I
no.
totally had a chance because one of my teachers actually said the most sexually crazy thing to me. It was my 7th grade teacher. And
What's her
I was,
full name?
Miss Singleton was her name. I don't know what her first name was.
Jonathan Singleton.
But she was an
director of-
Asian chick, and I was reading a comic book underneath my table, and she goes, "You have 2 heads, but only one can read. Put your book away, or whatever." And I was like, "What?"
What?
There was a teacher in high school that we all wanted to bang, named Mrs. Boyd. She was
Mr. Levy.
She was fresh off of. She was fresh
Wood
off of.
shop teacher.
No, she was. What did she teach? Chemistry. There was like this old a dude that was a chemistry teacher, and he was like, his humor was like he'd walk around during test days with like red pins in his pocket and a shark tie because he knew that it was like going to be a lot of blood on the paper from like correcting all the chemistry papers. But Mrs. Boyd was like this kind of, she was just getting used to it because she just got out of teachers college, and she was like
They
gorgeous.
also call that college.
Yeah, it is college. And she was so gorgeous, and all the I remember all the fucking football players were like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna fuck Mrs. Boyd. I'm gonna fuck Mrs. Boyd," and all of us nerds were like, "I'm intimidated by Mrs. Boyd." And that's the story.
Was there any? Have any of you guys gone to a high school?
I banged a teacher once.
Did
Really?
Yeah, when I was in high school. His name was...
It was a voice teacher last week.
Stupid.
But did you go to a high school where there was a scandal like that, where
Yeah.
somebody
No.
banged a teacher?
I have some stories. Yeah,
Several.
He's got a lot of school stories.
Well,
Randy.
no. Well, I mean, there was a teacher there was like a young guy and a young girl that everyone liked, and now there's stories of like, you know, the year after the girl graduated, like hooked up with this guy or whatever. But there was a guy who was a health teacher and basketball coach, and after I was in college, he got picked up by one of those dummy groups that like acts like teen girls on sites.
Oh, like on To Catch
Predator,
a Predator.
yeah.
It wasn't on TV, but he got
Right.
busted by the FBI.
Wow,
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. And
I have
I grew up in a small town. That's pretty crazy.
that's super crazy.
Yeah.
We had tons of shit happen at my school. We had a teacher that they used to call him Mr. Fill Me Up Phillips,
Mm-hmm.
because he would just molest all the kids. And like it was weird because all us kids knew about it because we would call him
And you were getting
Fill Me Up
molested by
Phillips.
him?
And no, he would like walk by you and like spank you on the ass. And then like we had a couple of friends like that we knew were molested, and
Wait,
we'd all
how
talk
old
about
were,
it.
what grade was this?
This was like 5th and 6th grade.
I think that's how that shit goes on for so long
Yeah.
without anyone, because there's that big thing going on here in California.
Yeah, I don't get that
About
because they
that-
fired all the teachers.
They
from
fired
that school.
Well, they displaced them all. They didn't
Right.
fire them all.
That's
But
weird.
like they're all asking, they're blaming. Everyone's blaming each other. But I think it's just because like when you're a kid,
you think it's
you
kind
just you have this code where it's not like you're gonna go tell your parents about that weird shit.
Yeah.
It's like you and your friends joke about it or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you just don't get it. Like, it's easy to tell kids, like, oh, if somebody touches you weird, but you don't know what a weird touch is, really. It's just like, oh, this adult.
Well, you have an idea, but it's still,
Well, I mean, if
it's
they
more
start
embarrassing.
jerking you off, then
Yeah.
it's weird.
It's
but
more
like,
embarrassing.
If they're
You
just
don't
kind of
talk
rubbing your
about it.
leg too long or something.
There was this guy in elementary school. His name Mr. Dash. I loved him as a teacher. He was a great.
Was
teacher.
Mrs. Dash his wife?
Yeah,
The-
Mrs.
this-
Dash
the-
was his wife. Did
the-
you
with-
have her?
Well, I sprinkle her on my salad.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Mrs. Dash.
He used to, everybody, we were in, what was it, 5th grade. We were just starting to kind of feel out like hormones. Like people were just kind of starting to get attracted to women just a little bit.
Yeah.
But he would like, have his hand on someone's shoulder or something.
Show
like
on
that.
me. Show on me.
He would have
Do
his
it on.
hands on like a girl's shoulder like that or a guy's shoulder like that while he was talking in class, doing that, and people would be like, "Oh, that's kind of weird. I think he's like a weird guy." Because you hear from your parents if people do weird things. Like,
Yeah.
Like, is that weird touching? Is that weird touching? Find out later that he had, what did he have? Like, he had like the onset of like Parkinson's or something like that. Like now he has Parkinson's. He was just balancing himself on his students. But like you get all this, like people's. I mean, and you should be careful around everybody, but you get to the point where you're so cautious about stuff that you're just like, oh, and you don't understand that, like, oh, maybe he's just like deteriorating inside.
Yeah.
And he's just trying to make sure that he doesn't fall in front of everybody, and they're concerned about him.
I think that was a good story, and I think that deserves a bro pack.
Oh, between me and Davey?
Well, I mean, I can't do it. I'm across the table.
What is it?
I need to.
I don't.
It's like a.
Is this a
the
Bone
new
Zone
high five.
exclusive?
It's the new high
It's
five.
like the new high five. The high five, but to acclimate Douggpound, a high five was invented in 75.
76, somewhere between
76,
76 and
77.
77.
Yeah,
and
and
it's
we're
attributed
trying-
to a baseball player and a basketball player.
Yeah,
both
pro
say that
athletes.
they started it.
And we're trying to start up a new salutation between two happening dudes.
Yeah, it's called the bro pack.
I don't like being forced into it, but okay.
It's just a quick.
It's a peck, and we're
Just a
friends.
quick-
You know, I have my own hug. You could look it up
Yeah.
on
Oh, that's-
YouTube.
you
The Doug
invented a
hug.
lot of
Did you
hugs.
see my hug? The
Yeah,
Doug
yeah.
hug?
Yeah, the Doug
The
hug.
Doug
we can
hug.
find
You
that.
wanted me to show you how to do it?
Yeah, I forget
Here it
how-
comes.
Yeah.
This is a live. This is
Okay,
a live
their
version.
hands
of
are
it.
straight up.
Oh my God, that's a great
hard.
hug.
That's hard to explain
It's hard to
audio-wise,
explain.
but that's really good. Go
If
to
you could do
go
it
to
slowly,
Doug's
we
Put
could
YouTube.
go
your
step
hands,
by step.
Get your hands straight up in the air, like stick them up.
Lift
both
Do you have
parties.
Do you have a song that goes with it?
No, no. Okay, face each other. Now both right arms kind of go in, like touch your forearms of your right. Yeah. Now just keep going in. Oh, you got it. There you go. Now tap each other's back.
The Doug hug. Oh wait,
There it
there's a
is.
chair
Now
situation.
be careful. It's a dangerous. Yeah, their
Oh,
heads.
the Doug hug is a complicated hug.
Oh yeah. Oh no. I think I'm bleeding from the head.
No, Randy is seriously. Are you okay?
So if you're like a dude, like this is a.
See, there it is.
Oh,
Here,
hold
here
on.
it is on YouTube right here.
Stop it.
Yeah.
See, look.
Stop it. Randy's really hurt.
Oh.
Randy's hurt. Randy had to go to the hospital last week after our podcast because, and again, thank you for everybody who's buying things off our
I
wish
think that
list.
the bro pack maybe is a little safer. I guess it's.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm sorry, I'll have to. I'm sorry.
but you got to admit,
I'm
like
sorry.
for a dude show, like a show made by dudes for dudes, we do invent a lot of hugs and kisses. That's a weird bro pack.
Oh, what the?
Be careful.
Randy was in the
Davey
hospital
open mouth kissed
last
my wound.
Somebody
Yeah.
bought us.
open mouth kiss wound.
Yeah.
He Frenched your.
He Frenched my open
You're-
wound.
I open mouth open wound.
We last week, so we started talking about we got sidetracked. We were talking about our Amazon wish list, and some of our listeners, God bless you guys, bought us. We got a blow dart gun,
It's awesome.
and we got
Same guy sent the blow dart gun and the fart candy.
and
Fart candy.
we got fart candy.
Oh, can I put in a request?
Sure.
To put on the
Fart
Amazon?
Bombs.
Fart bombs?
Oh, I got a couple here. I think.
Oh,
Fart
no,
bombs are
no,
the
those
best.
are the worst. Though.
I
They
added-
stink so bad.
No, but you throw them and you run, and
Yeah.
they're really fun. To
I added
we
a-
step on them.
A packet of fart
Yeah.
powder. It's the same thing as the fart candy, but you can add it to anybody's
we
drink.
ate fart
about-
candy though, and
We
it
all
didn't
did.
make any of us really fart. I mean, I was farting during the show, but those were pre-existing.
I had a
farts.
bubbly stomach. It was a bubbly, gurgly stomach.
I
Randy
still
had to go to
don't-
the
I still
hospital.
don't feel
Randy.
good.
Randy had to go too. He started he literally. We were in my car and he started shitting his pants and
Shit
he
his
couldn't
pants in the
stop.
car.
He was like,
It's
it
happened.
hurts.
It happens.
He had a prolapsed anus
No,
from the fart
don't
candy.
say
No,
that.
the
Like a Jew
doctor.
clam?
We said not to say
Dr.
that.
Bloom explained to me how he had to push in your. He had to
Quit
push your.
shouting about my anus,
He had
Davey.
to push. He used
Davey.
complicated
If
medical
you're going to
terminology.
talk about his anus, say it directly to
Actually,
his
I
anus.
have a little hint.
Okay.
I have a little
No.
He had to push
homeopathic
your-
remedy for that.
What is
What's
it?
that?
You just put a little Mrs. Dash on there.
Yeah, just a
Oh.
little Mrs.
Goes
Dash.
goes right
Little
up.
Mrs.
That
Dash.
would have worked.
Goes right up into the.
It's like
No,
salt
he had-
on a slug.
He told me he had to push your hole back up into your butt. He basically said I had to push
All
his
right,
hole back
whatever,
into
it
his
doesn't-
butt.
That's
Well,
fine. It
the,
doesn't
uh,
matter. Let's just talk about something else.
But then the nurse, when we were admitting, you could tell when we were filling it, when they put Randy on a stretcher and rushed
Yeah.
him in the room, and we had to fill out the paperwork.
Yeah.
Well, we had to dictate to the nurse what happened, and
She didn't. She refused to put fart candy
on the report, she wouldn't write the words "fart candy" on the report.
It actually did the opposite for me. Like I couldn't fart. I usually fart like 30 times a day. I didn't fart for like 2 days after that.
I didn't
one.
fart that much, but I definitely shit a lot, and my stomach still hurts today. And today I was like, listen, Randy, maybe like cleanse yourself. Only eat really good things for you. And then I saw a TV show that was bragging about French fries with gravy on them.
Mm-hmm.
Is that poutine?
No, that's cheese curd with gravy. This is just some place that's like some drunk idiot used to always order steak gravy on his fries, and now we do it all the time. So I was like, where are we going to eat? And I saw this fucking Food Network show about gravy fries. So then I went and got chili fries, and now I still feel terrible.
There was a place in Chicago that had that. It was called Wets.
Wets?
But that's the item.
Wets.
Gravy covered fries are called
Gravy-covered
Wets.
Yeah,
Wow.
this place called them Boo Fries because the waitress that like started serving them to a drunk idiot, her name was Boo or something.
Boo fries.
They're cheese, roast beef gravy, and fries.
You ever hear the story? You guys ever go to?
I also got an Okie dog. You ever had one of those?
Oh yeah.
It's a tortilla with 2 hot dogs, chili, and pastrami.
Have you ever seen that website called like "This Is
Disgusting.
Why You're Fat" or something?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's got
No,
all
it's a
those like
They got a
amazing.
book deal off.
all
Of
those
it.
You guys are
amazing
just
food.
talking about my website, right?
Yeah.
This is why you're fat. Because you look at Davey's website.
No.
When I used to live in Chicago, they had this thing called the Slinger at this one, which is like the best name for any food item. It's called a Slinger.
Did you grow up in Chicago?
Yeah, and
Okay.
then they lay it down. I think they lay down a bed of like hash browns, and they put 2 full burger patties. Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then they put 2 eggs. Then they put like corned beef. Then they put chili. Like all that shit. Like after the bars, my friend would go there and have a full Slinger.
Yeah.
And what was his name before
he's
he passed?
still
Diarrhea Joe.
Go good old.
That was Diarrhea Joe.
Joe Aria.
No, that wait, what's that?
Diarrhea Joe died.
That was his.
Princess
We called him Imodium.
Diarrhea. That was actually Princess Di's maiden name. That's why she had to marry Prince Charles.
Yes.
Because her name was Diana Rhea.
Diana Rhea.
Diarrhea was her.
We called him AD because he always guzzled Imodium AD.
His attention.
Oh
was,
yeah, obviously.
His
every
attention was too short to listen to the words ADD. We just called him AD.
Oh, AD.
I had this
Old
buddy,
lady.
Danny.
Do you think
Vogler.
Jesus, when he got diarrhea, he would have Imodium BC?
Write that shit.
That's good. That's
How is it?
that's good. That could be one of Hannibal Laughter's jokes.
Hannibal laughter.
We got to do that
he has
on
every
the Tomorrow
joke
Show. They probably have a dolly at the Steve
They have a
Allen
dolly.
Theater.
We just need to get a mask.
We just need a mask and just some, tape to tape you to
Yeah,
the dolly and
that's
wheel
funny.
you out as.
What is that
Hannibal
mask?
Can I
It's
be
like
Hannibal
half of a like Michael Myers mask.
Yeah. Well,
It's
nah.
like
What if we trip and that's how
it's
he
like
dies?
a hockey mask that doesn't cover your eyes and it's got.
You got to have that
metal-
mouth
Yeah,
with
so
the
the little
metal
mouth.
Yeah, the
holes
metal-
there, so you like your mouth is in jail.
We
Only
could
your
make
mouth
that.
is in
They have
prison.
that at Target.
He's a propped up comic. Hannibal Laughter.
We could make that. Actually, somebody said that they bought us some of those masks off our wish
The
list.
blank mask.
Oh,
The
yeah,
blank
blank
mask. So
mask.
we could just cut the top
Oh, we
part
could,
off
yeah.
and put like just
Yeah.
toothpicks that we spray paint silver.
I hope you
in there.
guys don't mind that we're gonna use it for an actual thing as opposed to just letting it sit.
No,
in
I
our
think that
apartments.
they would be happy with that.
Yeah.
It's
We'll
final
credit you-
resting
we'll
place.
Could we
credit you
all?
at the
I
end.
think Davey, you should be Hannibal Laughter. and
Hannibal Laughter?
We should all write jokes.
Mm-hmm.
Let
That I have to
me
tell?
let me put a couple in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
then
thought-
roll.
Well,
and then
just
you
wrote the
roll them
first
out.
one.
Do you have
You
to do
roll
an
them out?
impression of Hannibal Lecter?
Does it have to be?
Well, Randy would probably roll them out. Like if you guys do it at the Tomorrow Show, you're
Yeah,
a
I'll-
team. So
yeah.
Did you hear
I'll
about our
just have a
last
police
bit? What we
officer.
did last week?
no.
Randy got to do for the first time in a long time. Ron asked him to do a
I've done
stand-up
stand-up.
set.
I've done stand-up.
He's a solo
more
stand-up
recently,
person.
but not-
Non emailed me to do stand up, and I didn't see. Well, he sent me a Facebook message.
Yeah.
And
Well, and then
either way.
he must have texted me after you didn't respond. But
That was pretty late in the game.
no, I do stand-up, Davey.
Yeah. No. I was saying he
I
was
haven't
asked.
done stand-up on the Tomorrow Show in a long time.
He was asked
Mm-hmm.
it for the Tomorrow Show in a long time.
just
Because
because
Ron always
we're always
forgets.
doing.
Yeah,
No,
you
he
guys do the
always-
door knockers.
Yeah.
He always asks. He asked me occasionally, and I'm like, yeah, sure, I'd love to, but he doesn't ever give me a date.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But whatever. I did stand up, and then we did a bit, and that was it, right?
Yeah. No, Ron did. No. Ron asked him to do stand up. Randy did some stand up. He did really well. And then the whole bit that we did was I came out. They introduced me as a solo stand up person. And I start meticulously going through Randy's act exactly how he did it as I remembered, which is like like not at all because I'm bad at memorizing
Yeah.
things.
Were you trying to do it perfectly?
I was trying to do it as well as I could remember,
Because
but
it was funny that way because you were doing it
very
slightly
flawed,
wrong and you were
very
missing
flawed.
a few of the important points of the
Yeah,
joke.
yeah,
Because they're
yeah.
my jokes, so I fucking know them.
they're
you know?
his babies. They're his babies, and I'm sitting here, and it's like I'm producing.
Not to be confused with Randy and Chelsea's two real children.
Yeah. I call my joke my babies. I call
Yeah,
my
yeah.
babies something else.
I call my babies my jokes.
Yeah. That's why I had them.
But then in the middle of it, Randy comes out and he's like really angry that I'm doing a set, and I'm trying to shoo him off stage while I'm doing it. And then
For real angry?
Yeah, for real angry because I didn't tell him.
And he
that I was
had
gonna
my
do it.
notes.
I had his
my
notes and everything.
and I wanted them back.
And then we start to get into a back and forth about like he's like, my set, and I was just like, if you get to do a set, I get to do a set.
Yeah,
We're
he's like,
arguing.
you're doing your own thing, then fine. I'll
I get to
I'll do my
I
own
was watching
thing.
you. I was taking notes back there. I was making up my own set. And then he was like, well, I don't need this. In fact, I got a new partner, and we dragged. And I was like, I got a new partner.
Hey,
We-
we're gonna post a video of it, so we don't. have to
Oh,
go through
don't
the whole
post the
thing.
video. Basically, we broke up and got back together.
It's 14 people listening.
Oh yeah, how many? Oh yeah, there are 14 people
Is there?
listening.
Can you tell?
Is Trent still listening?
6.
Is there really just 6?
Yeah.
No, come on. How many people are listening?
I don't know.
Where's
Oh,
the
man.
screen?
Well,
that
you're
used to tell us?
surrounded by computers. You should have some kind of.
The projector that
No, I
did
was
the
saying,
screen
there's a
broke
guy.
down.
There's a guy taping it with 2 cameras, and we're gonna post it. So
There's more cameras in here than there are people.
There's
listening.
actually
It turned out to be a really good bit.
There's
I don't know
actually
why I'm describing the
275
bit.
people.
Listen, guys,
well, I'm just saying we're gonna post a video of it in the next
Yeah.
few weeks. We may as well not describe it.
we don't want to give away.
Okay, well let's
perfect
move.
twist.
We'll move on. How about the Grammys? Let's talk about the Grammys.
Anyway, so Whitney
So-
Houston looked terrible.
You know, I'm really not on board with Whitney.
That's
Houston.
inappropriate.
No, I'm not either. As soon
After
as,
he makes a joke.
as
Yeah, me neither. It's inappropriate.
no,
guys.
I agree.
Well,
I
it's
agree.
just since Twitter, not to get super.
You're not on
Weird.
board with what? The Grammys? The live tweeting of the Grammys?
I'm not. Well, you know, live tweeting can be okay, but as soon as a fucking celebrity dies, there's just an inundation of a bunch of shitty, mean-spirited jokes about them, which is like.
Well, people make fun of their life up till then. They're like their reasons of death, and I bet this happened. A lot of people do that. It's very.
What are you drinking?
It's a secret.
Fernet Branca.
Yeah, dream for net.
It's terrible because they make fun of almost like this person deserved to die because of this. A
Right.
lot of people are shitty in that aspect.
Well, they're just like it's. I do think it's slightly tacky where, not not to get too touchy feely, but it's like these people are human beings, and like it's like oh yeah, some kids lost their mother. Like
Yeah.
it's like it's it's
Well, it's like Whitney
not
Houston-
everything's fucking like 10 minutes after I found out, like not even like as soon as I found out that she died on my phone, then because like I used to manage her. But then like you go to Twitter and it's just all these fucking like kind of
like photos
jokes
of like
about it.
people
Not
with their lighter
photos.
in the air, but there's also like a spume above the
I
lighter.
saw that one.
Yeah.
maybe some of them were clever than others, but it's just the complete inundation of like every asshole on Twitter who's trying to be funny.
Well, we all followed all comedians, right?
Yeah,
Well,
we're
who else do
following
you follow?
We're following
Wayne,
every comedian.
Porn stars and comedians.
yeah. And Wayne Coyne.
I just think
and Wayne Coyne.
Yeah.
He's doing Maron's podcast.
I know.
Who's Wayne
Who's
Coyne?
Wayne Coyne?
Lead singer of the
Flaming
Flaming Lips.
By the way, much like the Flaming Lips, if you listen to
the
podcasts,
flaming list.
lists.
Well,
If you
actually,
listen to-
there's a gay version of them called the Flaming Lists.
Oh,
that's
that'd
a
be
good
great.
idea.
That'd be great.
A
The
Flaming
Flaming
Lips
Lists.
cover band by all gay guys called the Flaming Lisps.
Oh, man, we're on fire.
You have the most beautiful face. Do you realize how
Everyone
We're
that
floating
you know
in
someday will
space.
die.
She don't use
You're
jelly.
gonna die.
Any of that.
Why would she use jelly?
She wouldn't use that.
I hope everyone you know dies.
That's funny.
Man, we have to start taking notes on these podcasts.
That's like a great joke that came out of the blue too.
Yeah,
Isn't that
we-
weird?
they all
that was
come out of the
that was a
blue.
mistake. That was
Nothing's
hilarious.
a mistake, bro.
That was one of many mistakes my brain makes.
So wait.
What I was gonna say.
I don't even know where. I
Teen-On.
agree. I mean,
So Whitney Houston's dead.
I just went off Twitter because I wasn't even watching the Grammys. I was like, you know what? I'll take this. Gives me an excuse not to go on Twitter.
Yeah.
You don't have to always be on Twitter.
No, I take pretty
You don't?
extended breaks
You don't have
sometimes.
to always be
I
on
take
Twitter.
extended breaks from my phone in general. Like
Yeah.
yesterday, I didn't even answer any texts, any calls, anything. Like I just waited a whole day because I'm like I don't have a day off, and when I do have a day off, it's like everyone else doesn't know I have that
I
day
know.
off. You
I have
what
like 2 weeks off right now, and I want to. I wish there was an app. You know, like when you can set your email that says like I'm out of the office.
right. I wish
There should be one for text.
I agree 100%.
Because
Because
it's
then you
like,
become an asshole for not returning texts, because
Yeah.
they don't know.
they don't know that my phone's off.
Right.
I wanna go. Yeah, there should be an app.
yeah.
Yeah, you can't leave.
There's got to be
You can
one.
use it.
You got to be able to take a
An
vacation.
auto response
Right on
to anyone that texts
Yeah.
you like, "Hi, Doug isn't here.
Yeah.
His phone's
Leave
in.
this one
His
though?
There
phone's
should
dead."
be.
The thing-
Also, I think you should be able to block people who are trying to take student loan money from you.
There's a great app that I do recommend that helps kind of with this. It's called for that question, Davey. It's called Name Guru, and what it does is it's a one thing it does is like anytime it calls you, you can cut and paste into the phone like what number it is, and it'll tell you like if it's like a bill collector or whatever. But it also adds a thing to your phone book, like an address, a contact to your phone book, so that any like known bills call you, it comes up like this. Just don't answer the phone. This is-
man.
this
There
is a bill
also needs to
collector.
be.
This is a good thing for this economy.
I have another app.
No, what's it called? Name Guru? Wait,
Name
no.
Guru.
I have another
all one
app.
word.
It should be in Facebook. I should set that. There should be an option for so no messaging,
Yeah.
Right.
because I get all these like so many people,
Like the chatting or the messages.
well, just like the messages, not
I
even
hate
the
the chat.
chatting. You can turn that off.
Yeah, but
the,
it
the
always
messages
turns back on.
Yeah, but the messages,
It
it's
stopped
like
doing
I
that.
get
It was
like
doing that for a while.
with an email application, you could mark as unread and stuff.
Yeah.
But like sometimes I'll forget a message that someone I knew
yeah.
10 years ago is like wanted to meet up or something, and then I forget about it, and then I seem like a dick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's within the Facebook.
Right.
They got to upgrade that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you?
This is
That's why I'm
lame.
back on
This
conversation.
is the worst conversation.
Do you
right
No,
now.
it's
no?
not.
Do you, Doug, have a lot of fans that you've accepted onto your Facebook?
When I first got on Facebook, I was like, I'm just gonna do people I know. But then
Yeah.
my friend, who's a musician, was like, I just accept everybody because that could be a potential.
Friend.
Having that direct,
Like that could be
relationship with a
like
fan
if you're
is-
gonna be in the public eye, you gotta just accept everyone, and
Yeah.
maybe if they're your fan, you should just accept them. So I
Here's-
just
I gotta-
accept them all. But then meanwhile, my mom is making comments
Yeah.
mixed in with like 30,
Well, that's your secret. You don't
Yeah.
have a mom. I have a mom account just for mom, dads, and just.
and they're
certain
your
family
only
members.
friends.
And they're my only friends. And
I
once in a
gotta do
while,
that.
I'll go on and be like, "Oh, the Olive Garden was great tonight."
I don't
You
want
know,
to.
Right.
You're so about the. I've not made the switch over because of the Bone Zone. I think there's a lot of people who don't actually know me asking because they're like fans of the Bone Zone.
Yeah.
To be Facebook friends, but I've not gotten to that point in my life where I'm just like, oh, these people know me from this thing, so I should accept them. So it's always like I haven't like rejected people, but there's like this line of like 100 people who have asked to be friends that I haven't accepted yet. And I should just go ahead and accept them.
I
don't.
accept
I don't.
everybody. Here's the thing.
I want to
It
block
tops
them all
out-
except girls.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I do. Exactly what I do.
I accept everybody because it's a good tool. Like Facebook, whatever. It's with the comedy and stuff. It's a good tool. It tops out at 5,000.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
I might
getting
have to make the
close.
switch to like.
Why don't they?
Well,
fix
once
that?
you make
That's
a
the
fan
dumbest
page,
shit
no,
ever.
it's good because here's
you
what
can switch it over to a fan page, right? 'Cause
you
Tim
can,
did
but
that.
then when you do a fan page, then people aren't that interested. If you look at there are like really famous comedians who have a fan page, and it's
Right.
like they have maybe like 15,000 likes on it or whatever. But it's like they're not interested because it's like, well, I can't just send a stupid.
It
message
doesn't
to
seem
this
like you're a
asshole.
real
Yeah.
person.
Yeah, you're not in-
You're
so-
disconnected.
What you should do,
Just be
or
an
like
unlimited
what
friend
my
fan
plan
page.
is. No, just my Facebook page is going to be topped out soon. Like I'm at 40 whatever 100.
And then you're gonna
friends.
go Brendon Walsh too. Make a new
No,
one.
but then I'll make a new one that is specifically for family and friends. Just one where I'll have a fake name.
no, but that doesn't solve your problem of like.
Well, then I just have that one that's full, and it's like
Well,
fans.
you're never
I'll
going to
just
get to those
update
6
things.
digits when
Yeah.
you want to get your sales
See,
up.
You want to get those 6
See,
digits, man.
You got to get those 6 digits, bro.
I have 4 Facebook pages. I have one that's girls and people I went to high school with and people I know in person. And second one is Red Band, which is just fan page.
Yeah.
And then third one is family. And then fourth one is troll account. But the problem, the problem is though, is that the fake page or the Red Band page is that you have to do that stupid shit like old school MySpace days where you have to approve every single person. And like I haven't logged on in like a month, and I checked it the other day. It was like 300 people requests, and there's no way I'm going to do that. I'm not going to sit there for 5 hours hitting accept.
Zuckerberg needs to get off his ass and quit slaughtering bison and fix his website.
Right,
Because
I agree.
everyone likes it, but it's not perfect,
It's
man.
not.
I get the whole liking, like why the fans want to be friends with you on your real page.
Yeah.
Like it feels special. When I was in college, before I started doing comedy, I was friends with a few people, and I was like so psyched to be friends with them, and it was because it was their real page, and they had their real friends on it as well. You know what I mean?
I remember when it first started out, kind of. Patton Oswalt was very exclusive. He would say, "No, what."
We're just kissing sounds over your.
Do you want to know
over
who
your
it
story.
was? Do you want to know who I added on
Yeah, who is
Facebook
it?
when I was in college?
Yeah, who?
Wayne Coyne.
No, I
Animal laughter.
From the Flaming Lips.
I had just
right?
I had just watched Arrested Development. It had been canceled already, but I was watching the DVDs, and then it was before Michael Cera was a famous actor. He had only done that, so I was friends with Michael Cera on Facebook.
Can I tell you a joke I came up with yesterday?
I was
during,
pretty excited about
I got a
it.
story.
Can I tell you a joke I came up with yesterday, though? We were shooting Intimate Indiscretions. It's that fake spoof of Red Shoe Diaries, and Lindsay Ames was on it, and she's always joking about how she has this huge clitoris. Maybe she does. I don't know. But she goes,
Who's Lindsay Ames?
Lindsay Ames? She's a really great comedian from Canada. She does a lot of sketch videos.
Oh.
She's one of those. Anyway, I go like, yeah, her clitoris is so big it had to borrow one of Michael Cera's hoodies.
It's pretty good.
That's a good one, right?
I like it
Right?
because that's all I think about him.
Should we go to the phone zone?
We
You
should
know,
go to the phone.
I
zone.
just got an email today asking if I wanted to edit the new season of Arrested Development.
For
Oh,
Netflix?
Are you fucking serious?
Really?
Fucking serious.
Dude.
Really?
And that's not even a question for you, right? Are you going to jump on that?
It is a big question because I don't think I can do it because I already promised my friend I'm going to edit his show.
Oh.
Is this the Netflix one that they're doing?
I didn't even know they're doing one. Maybe you should erase this. Maybe.
No, they're doing. It was announced
was
that
announced. It
it's
was
announced.
Okay,
that
good.
they're doing,
Thank God. I didn't want to like.
They're doing like an episode for each character on Netflix, which is gonna remind people of it so that they can do a movie.
That's awesome.
Is the thing
Yeah.
that they've pitched around town, I guess.
I
Well,
know
they were
it
saying
sucks.
'cause-
I have to
yeah.
say no.
Oh, really?
I think I have to say
Hey,
no.
could you recommend me? I have
Oh
no
yeah,
editing
Randy's
skills,
got no editing experience.
But I love the show.
He's energetic.
And I'll be super fun on set. Editors go on set.
He's a
right?
great learner. He learns on the
He knows
spot.
Michael Cera.
I know
from
Michael Cera
Facebook.
from Facebook,
Facebook,
and
Facebook friends.
we have the same sense of humor.
But, you know that show is too well written for me to edit.
And
it.
that's so
Yeah.
crazy that like
That's that was
don't you think
you
it's-
only work on shows that you can put your own jokes in to
you
save.
could draw like a fake
gonna save
mustache
these
and make
shows.
their mouths turn weird.
They don't need me.
Put stretch
They
marks
don't
on
need
their
me. It's already
bellies.
going to be
But
really
don't you
funny.
think it's ironic though that Michael Cera was one of your first Facebook friends, and then he starred in that movie about Facebook
Yeah.
that like won Oscars and shit?
Oh yeah. He was
that's something
in.
to chew
He
on.
played Mark Zuckerberg.
Mark,
Do
Mark
you-
Zuckerman?
That is a good question, though. Doing Tim and Eric and stuff like that, did you find it weird to edit like a show like Portlandia? Like, because Tim and Eric's completely different.
It was
Switching.
pretty
But
similar.
Portland- they're
It was-
both non-linear though. Like
It was. Yeah, they're both sketch shows, and
And they have an absurd
was a lot of-
sensibility.
yeah, I mean that was way more like this isn't working. Just make it make something happen.
Oh, right.
You know, but like with Portlandia, I mean, the same director, Jonathan Kreisel, did both of them. So
Do you enjoy editing? Because I hate editing.
I hate editing.
I edit all the time, but I hate editing.
That's how I
hate it to
make my
death.
money.
I
and
kind
hate
of,
it.
it's like my job, but I'm trying to get away from it because
Right.
it's just so much work and sitting in front of a computer all day.
Right.
Did you
And
edit?
It's fun to go on a podcast. Can I just do this for a job?
You can have
Do
a
it for a
podcast
job.
here anytime you want to,
Okay.
man.
Did you edit the
second one?
the Tim and Eric $1 billion movie?
I did. Me and another guy did.
That's cool. That's cool. How's it being?
Yeah, I mean, I like it. I get tons of work. I don't want to seem like a complainer.
I get
but,
zero work as an editor, and that's where
I get a lot. I get so much work. I have to say no to Arrested Development.
Yeah.
But if I keep editing, I can't
should
do
be on
other
your
stuff. I
website.
want to do
Well, I mean, it's just a
perform and
matter of,
stuff.
like,
Like I want to
canoeing.
I want to branch out a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, it's you just have to just stick to doing a couple of absolutely productions and like something where you could
I would love to edit like one show a year. And
exactly
the rest of the time,
then you have 9
or
months
one movie a
free or
year.
something.
Yeah, and then have
Yeah.
time to do other stuff.
And you probably that's
I'm trying to develop a show too. So
right.
if that happens, I'll probably
Hire
I'll
somebody
probably have
else.
to edit that show. But
Oh, yeah.
Well,
at
you would
least it's
want
my
to
own
edit.
show.
Wouldn't you want to edit your own show?
It's not. It's
I
not-
probably would because I would have to like I would
You'd
I
have
like
to
to
be-
have control
yeah.
over things. So.
Yeah.
It's
I
not-
like sitting behind editors, like with the
with
few things
like
that
leaning
I've
on their
made.
chair.
I hate
and
that.
No,
tapping-
no, no,
tapping
no,
on
no,
it.
no, no.
I like reading. I like
well,
reading
no,
over their
Just
shoulder.
move it over a scotch.
All the editors that there's one guy in Austin who I've worked with a few times, and it's great because I can sit there and watch it with him
Kurt?
and make suggestions. This guy Dan.
Robert
Daniel-
Rodriguez is Robert Rodriguez. This is your fake
Robert
name.
Rodriguez is, but it's like I'm not like I'm not.
You
a,
like
a
to have
Nazi.
control over the edit and
Well, I like
let
having
the editor
control. Well,
do
I don't
the
know
work.
how to work the equipment,
Right.
so I'll go in and sit there with him and do I'll be in the room with
I
him the
hate
whole
that.
time.
I'm,
but it's
I'm
not-
fortunate not to have anyone in the room with me.
Me too.
Right.
I
Well-
just get to do it, and then
5 in the morning,
but
right?
this guy, but you have
Sometimes.
you have great comedic sensibilities,
Yeah.
and this guy is a great editor, and he knows
he doesn't know the timing and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So, and that's what I'm there for. It's like, oh no, cut it there,
Right.
and then put it there. Like I don't go in and fucking like boss him around all day.
Let's go to the phones.
We can go to the phones. There was something else I was going to say. I forgot.
You don't sit there. You're editing. You don't sit there and boss them around.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't about the editing thing. I thought of something else.
Do you edit on Final Cut Pro?
Yeah, and After Effects,
After Effects.
and
Avid?
I used to do Avid, but I haven't done that for a long time.
Avid doesn't seem very relevant anymore, is it?
I think it is.
It is. My friend, I was going to say, my friend Keith, he's the head editor of South Park. And he has kind of a weird job where he works the hardest that I think any editor has to work for, 4 months at
But
a time.
is he an animator?
No, he's the head editor. He's the guy that edits the whole entire show.
But then the animators, it seems like they're doing all the work.
Yeah, but he's still...
Just to be devil's
There's-
advocate, it
no-
seems like they're doing all the work, and he just was like, okay, I'll just put this one after that one.
Right. But the schedule that they have to work, I don't know if you know.
Oh, so he's making the animatics and tightening it up, and then the animators have to readjust everything.
Yeah, he
Right.
has to add all the. I think like the animators only do a certain thing. Like he has to do a lot of it.
Right.
Because but you just watch his Facebook and his Twitter like while he's doing it. It's just so depressing. But then it's like, oh, you get like 4 months off, and then it's back to the grind. But to him, he still uses Avid, which I thought was weird that South Park still uses. We're talking technical stupid shit. Never mind.
We could go to the phone zone, and there's somebody who does want to call in. Who? Maybe
Do we have a phone, or
A
is
phone
it just
number?
like your cell phone?
No. It's I just have the number for the phone zone.
Yeah,
the
what is
phone
the
zone
phone?
is 818. Oops.
818 till I die.
818
till I die.
818-748-8406. Area code 818-748-8406.
That's for people inside Los Angeles. There's another one for the people outside Los
No.
Angeles.
Yeah, the 800 number.
It's
No, give them the
323.
800 number.
Yeah. It's 1-800-938-8487. 938-8487. 1-800-938-8487.
Tried to get hold of Trussell, but he didn't reply to me. Tried to get him on.
Big shakeup over at his podcast.
Try to get a hold of Duck and
What? I listened to
Duncan
his new
Russell.
podcast today, and he did it with Lil Esther, and it sounded like they did it on a machine from the 20s.
Oh, that's good.
Like I don't know what happened to this. Yeah, it was like that.
Electric sports bra. Electric sports bra. Mr. Show reference. Mr. Show reference.
You're on the phone zone.
They went.
Well, what's up?
What's up, dude?
Hey, who's this?
Hey, this is Keith from Ohio.
Hey, Keith.
Go Bucks.
Hey.
What's up?
What's up, girl?
Not much.
What, do you have a question for our guest? Do you know who our guest is?
I've been watching
It could be
and
a
have no idea who he is.
He's the editor for Tim and Eric.
Well,
He didn't claim. He didn't claim.
I'm a
to-
performer. You don't have to know. You don't have to talk
It's
to me.
DJ Douggpound.
You can talk. You can ask any question you want. It doesn't have to be to me.
Doug, are you available Friday night?
Maybe.
Oh, am I available Friday night? I'm
Not
available
you.
every
I don't
Friday.
care about
Let's talk to
Yeah,
this
Mark. Wait,
let's
Mark
take a call
That's
and then
Mark,
not
right?
ask him
caller
anything.
from Ohio.
Hello.
to do a set Friday.
You're on the air.
He just hung up. He got.
Oh.
Well, you did take a call from him, and then you said, "Not you." So yeah,
Question
he's
went to
probably,
me.
He's probably unsubscribing as we speak.
Well, I said, Doug, are you
Are you
available
yelling
for
at me?
I'm
Friday?
yelling
Actually-
at everybody.
Actually, my dad's gonna come visit me on Friday, and it's
Oh.
gonna be his 70th birthday.
Is your dad cool? Is he a cool dad? Is he like?
He's a cool dad. He'll be down. He'll. What is it? You want me to do a show or something?
Yeah, we have a show here. I think Friday with Joe Rogan. Maybe I'm not sure if he's doing it or not, but we definitely have a show here Friday at Ice House. So I would love to, because I've heard hilarious things about your performances.
Only from
That
me.
might be a fun thing for my dad's 70th birthday.
yeah.
That would be fun. It's in
but
a
then you'd
small
have to
room
sit
over
in
here.
here for 5 hours and do a podcast while you're
Yeah, we do
watches.
podcast. What we do is we do a podcast. It starts at 9 o'clock. The show is at 10 o'clock, and then it's just.
The podcast
But
goes till
yeah,
2 in
your
the
dad might
morning.
not like the pot smoke and stuff. And,
Caller, you're on.
you're on the air.
Caller?
Hey, am I on?
Yeah. Who's this?
Hey, you know that guy that called in that said he lost his ball, like, what was it, 2 episodes ago?
Wait,
No.
what?
He lost. Some guy
The
lost
guy that
his
said he
balls.
lost his ball, like, 2 episodes ago?
Guy who said he lost his ball?
Balls, like his
Oh, his
like he had
testicles?
testicle cancer.
I don't remember.
I remember
Like,
that.
you know, you had that caller 2 episodes ago
Uh-huh.
who said he lost his ball from that vicious dog accident?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
What, is that you?
I thought, no, it wasn't me.
Oh.
I actually lost one of my balls, actually, though.
Oh, really? How'd you do it? How'd you arrange that?
It's not gone, but it is dead.
But you know,
technically.
you didn't lose it. You know where it is. It's just rotten.
You got a dead nut in the scrot.
Does it smell any worse than regular balls?
Oh, it does get a little rotten from time to time, but I just kind of, sterilize it a little bit, and it's good to go.
Oh, gross. What happened to your ball? Like, what made it happen? Like, did you get racked?
No, I don't know. When I was younger, me and my brother were wrestling, and I don't know. I guess I got pissed him off, and he just jumped on my ball sack,
Oh,
and
it crushed
it
it.
was terrible.
Oh, dude, that.
I don't know if he crushed it, but I went to the doctor the next day, and then he was like, "Oh yeah, I just pulled on your pants." It was weird because I was like 8 years old, and then he was like, "Oh yeah, I pulled on your shirt and all that stuff," and then he felt it. He's like, "Oh, it's kind of swollen down there," and so I went to he's like, "Oh, I'll send you to the hospital." He's like, "But grab a longer shirt next time."
Oh.
So you're
So I
okay?
went,
Just
and then-
grab a longer shirt. You're all set to go.
Yeah, and then I was like, "Oh yeah," I just grabbed one of my dad's shirts, threw it on, and then I went to the doctor's office, and he's like, "Do you want your mom to leave?" I was like, "Well, no, I'm just gonna pull him down my shirt anyway." So I hopped up on the table, and he's like, "Hey, pull down your pants," and he lifted up my shirt. It's the most embarrassing thing ever. My mom's sitting there beside me.
Oh no.
So
Oh, my ball is
Dr.
dead, technically.
Sandusky was like,
Does it feel different? Like compared to your other ball? Like, does one feel like a crushed grape and the other one feels like a rock?
No, they're both normal, I think. But, I mean, I haven't got them checked out lately.
your mom's normal and she gets checked out.
Can you
lately.
reproduce? Please say you can.
Yeah.
Well,
is your
I haven't
cum
really
still good?
tried.
Does your cum taste weird?
Yeah. Does it taste like peanuts instead of cum?
Does it taste like a pistachio?
Almost like crushed walnuts, actually. Have you ever
Oh,
tried
really?
crushed walnuts?
Yeah, like on my salads.
Yeah.
I'm gonna thank you if you're a fan, but I don't like this guy.
What are you talking about? What are you talking
He's
about?
not into it.
What?
Randy hates you.
He opened up about a personal story
Yeah,
about
but
his
he's-
testicle.
Yeah, but then he
Unfollow
said
Randy
his
on
cum
Twitter.
tastes like
I was just looking with Randy some love, and then
Oh, Randy. Hold on.
Randy.
Hear him out. What was the love
Randy,
you
Oh,
were
yeah.
giving
No,
to
I
him?
take it
Wait,
back.
wait. Let's give this guy,
Give
since
him-
it's Valentine's Day, kind of. Let's give this guy a chance to win Randy's love through a poem.
Yeah, it makes
Sit through
sense.
a poem.
Oh,
No, I don't want to hear this guy make up a poem off the top of his head.
He just made up a story off the top of his head. I want to
Yeah,
hear his
yeah,
poem.
okay, yeah.
He can
I
do a
believe his
poem.
balls.
Yeah, I'm not fully. I don't buy your story 100%.
I bought
either.
it for a second, but then you lied, and you should never.
My-
lie. You should never
No, it's
lie.
100. It's 100% true. I swear.
You're coming.
If my mom was here,
He did that.
All right.
Did you just evaporate?
He just
just
evaporated.
evaporated that
yeah.
guy?
He just evaporated.
Guys, that's a cautionary tale. Don't lie to
We
us.
can make that stop now.
Else you'll be
Anytime,
evaporated.
really. Or just make that noise happen instead.
Sorry, that was a burp.
Well, we all have all our balls, right? So we got, 10 balls in here?
I think so.
Fully functioning
I think.
testes?
10
think
balls
we
in
got-
the court.
10 balls.
I've
You guys
been-
want to play dodgeball?
I've been using. I've been having.
Dodgeballs.
I've been using my laptop right on top of my balls at night for
do it
about
on
6
purpose.
months.
Yeah, I fall asleep with the
On
laptop
purpose?
open on my balls.
Not on purpose, just because
I do it
I'm
on
lazy.
purpose.
I'm too lazy to like
Fry those
reposition.
bitches.
Well, because your nuts are outside of your body because they need to be at a temperature.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
know about this?
Yeah, the scrotal
Yeah,
is
yeah, yeah.
a
98.6 is too hot.
You're getting
for
them too hot out there, bro.
Getting them too hot. I mean, but do they go back in?
Yeah, they're
Do they-
fine.
No,
at-
because
Do
they're
they
going to go
sneak-
back in. It's too hot in there.
they
It's too
sneak
hot
back
outside.
in?
It's too hot
They
inside.
don't know where to go.
They don't know where to
It's
go.
like global warming,
Well, that's
but,
why-
but like on a small ball level.
That's why your ball sack.
It's like global
For people
warming.
that don't know, your ball sack it moves the balls far away from your body when
Hannibal
you're hot.
Laughter coming in with another
And when
joke.
it doesn't matter.
Hannibal after global warming. Jeez.
Whoa, that's the longest one ever.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, you're on the Bone Zone, bitch.
What's happening, guys?
Hey, caller, what are you
What are you wearing?
what are you calling in for randomly?
Oh, I was just calling in to talk about electronic cigarettes.
Oh yeah.
They're not good. They're not good. It's a lie.
I know we had actually, ladies and gentlemen, on the phone right now is Mr. Henry Phillips.
Hey, Henry.
Oh.
I
Hey,
saw
what's up, guys?
Awesome musician,
Brendon. You
funny comedian.
twittered the other day that you're gonna when you were in Minnesota. You said someone could try your
electronic
cigarette.
I
Now,
bought one last week because Henry recently was in Montreal. That's where you bought yours, right?
Yeah, and I was raving about them. I was like, this is so cool. You can just sit here anywhere and smoke.
Yeah.
And but then we found out recently that apparently there's antifreeze in them or something.
No,
The
no, no, no,
vapor
no, no.
is glycerol.
Well, that's the Canadian style because you don't want them to get.
Actually,
In Canada, it's
Don't want 'em
cold
to
up
freeze
there.
up.
but-
I actually tested electronic cigarettes when they first came out, like almost like a year ago. Not when they first came out, but about a year ago. And all these companies sent me all these electronic cigarettes. For a month, I was trying nonstop electronic cigarettes, and my throat started bleeding. I was coughing up blood.
Yep.
And then I did all this research and found out that the chemical that makes the fog machines in like nightclubs,
You're not supposed to
it's
plug 'em in.
inside it.
No.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
it's
wow.
bad.
But yeah, it's not good. I'd rather have fucking lung cancer than
well, you don't want
bloody
any cancer,
cyst.
but
So it was just fog that came out.
Yeah.
it's weird vapor. I should have
It makes
brought
the same
mine.
noise as a
I
fog
have it
machine.
at my place.
And my electronic cigarette, it says only smoke in temperatures under 30 degrees. So
Oh,
that
that's
it's
good.
actually just fog coming out of your mouth.
Yeah,
it's
just
the
your breath.
evaporation.
Your hot breath. No, the
Yeah, it's all screwed up, you know. It's like for a second there, I was all excited. I was like, maybe this is the thing that's going to pull me out of this shit. And then, but no dice.
No, it's just
Oh,
worse.
man.
Well, when I was driving by, because I was in Minneapolis, and thanks to everybody that came out to the joke joint, for real. I know they all have awesome names, these clubs. It's fun going to the bank with your checks. This one's made out from the joke joint. This is Go Bananas. There's Nitwits, too. And the fucking cashier's like, what are you, a fucking asshole? You're like, just cash the goddamn check.
Did I tell you that about my buddy? You might, yeah, you know him too. Jesse Joyce is trying to tell me about this club. He's like, yeah, I'm at this club called Nut Street, and I was like, that's
yeah.
pretty lame. And he goes, no, the thing is that it's on Nut Street. That's the name of the street that it's on.
Is that where that last caller
So-
lives?
Worked out.
It was like these guys they didn't want to have a goofy name, and so they're like, let's just do one where we have the name of the street. And it's like, oh fuck, we're on Nut Street. It's like, well, yeah, no, we're just gonna be classy. What's the street called? Banana Fart Drive. All right, well, I guess we gotta
I
be,
live on Laughing Faggot Boulevard.
yeah.
Henry, this is Brian Redband. I don't know if you ever remember me, but but yeah,
I feel like I know you because I've been listening to the Bone Zone.
Oh, cool. I was there for your birthday. I think the second to last time I saw you, we were I think it was your birthday or something like that. Me, you, and Shawcroft and all that. We went to Dimples. And you were really wasted, but you were telling me.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
no, that was
there.
Stanhope's show.
Stanhope's show. That's right.
Show, I'd love it.
Oh, that's right.
Duncan.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. But you were saying like how you used to karaoke all the time there with John Heffron. Do you still karaoke at all? Do you still do that at all, or is that just?
Yeah, I just did when I was in Montreal, actually.
What are your top 3 karaoke go-to jams?
Yeah.
Starting off with number 3.
I usually do Black Sabbath's Paranoid.
Oh yeah. That's
and I don't know if there's an expectation for me to be funny. I seem to have done the Glenn Campbell's Rhinestone Cowboy enough time that I have built-in jokes.
Henry, that. Oh, go ahead.
And by the way, I'm answering your question sincerely, but the reality is that it's usually because people are like, "You're fucking doing it, man," and so you got to do it. It's not like I actually.
Well, remember, Henry and I, in my last karaoke experience, Henry was there. We were at a Christmas party.
Oh, that's right.
And we were at this Christmas party, and the bar closed, and Sabbath fucking rules. And so they had. They had this Christmas party at a bar, and there was this Thai restaurant around the corner from the bar that did karaoke, and they stayed open after hours. We turned that music down. And
he's going to do karaoke for us.
I'm going to sing.
That was the karaoke version.
No, I think it's distracting. But so we went to this karaoke bar, and some girl was singing. We're looking through the book. I'm trying to think of the most annoying song to sing. Yeah. Because that's the only joy I get out of karaoke. Are you not having fun during this podcast, Randy?
Randy just quit the podcast.
I've retired.
He
just turned. He just.
Well, you know what? You can't retire. You quit.
I'm really tired, and I'm still recovering from fart candy.
If
you want to fire me because of a medical issue, I can take you to court.
You just turned in your 2 minutes.
Take me to court.
I'll take you to court.
Well, we went. This isn't even a good story to tell because we were assholes. But either way,
well, yeah, it was pretty crazy.
I was trying to think of the most annoying song to sing, and then a girl was up there singing, and she was singing the Titanic song, "Near, far, wherever you are." So I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna sing that." And the karaoke lady, like, you had to pay $1 for your song, so she had to let you sing whatever you asked her to. So I signed myself up to sing that same song, plus Henry and plus our friend Patrick Keene. And so 4 times in a row, they heard that.
Oh, I didn't realize that's because I was like, why did they allow us to sing the same song every time?
Because we were paying $1. She already had it dialed up, and we were being really obnoxious.
That's great. Yeah, no, because it was great. And then it got to a point where during everybody else's song,
we started singing that over their songs, but to the rhythm of, because it really fit in. Like a song would sing, because there would be girls singing, and they'd be singing like a similar style song, and we'd just be like, near, far, where, like we'd fit it into the beat, and like the whole place was really into it, except for a few people, and one guy tried to throw a chair at us, and another guy.
Well, except for this one party pooper who attacked us.
This one guy.
Well, and then there was another
came after us with a gun,
like a UFC guy too, that was like, "Listen, I know you guys are all fucking comedians and you're having fun and you think you're being funny, but I'm a trained fighter, and if you guys fucking do that, for a second again, I'm fucking knocking you out." And none of us did, because he was serious. Like, everybody was serious that was mad at us. The guy was going to throw a chair.
God. Did you get your dollars
back?
Did
he throw a chair like a WWF guy?
No.
It didn't hurt.
It was. We were at, like, I felt really bad.
Was it a soggy
Didn't he
branch
give a whole
from
speech
a tree?
too? He was like, you guys are all a bunch of Hollywood, performers going out and living your dream or whatever. This is all we got, man. This is all we fucking got, and you're trying to steal it away from us.
That's funny.
I don't remember that part, but yeah, that's what we were doing.
My only go-to songs in karaoke are there's 2 of them. There's the theme from Phantom of the Opera, and then which I sing my heart out to, and then there's Welcome to the Jungle.
Oh, that's a good one.
those are the two that
Because
I
you can
Yeah.
use two different
know how to sing.
voices.
I do.
Both
Yeah.
of those take some big pipes.
I do.
Well,
They're from the same year, I think, too.
Yeah, and there's a lot of kind of like gesticulating about the stage and going into the audience and trying to testiculating about the stage.
The caller before Henry was testiculating.
If I can be honest, Henry, I don't know a tremendous amount about music because I grew up without music in my household.
Oh, that's quite all right.
They couldn't afford an 8-track player or a tape
They're
deck.
Christian, right? Is that why there wasn't
They
music?
were very
was
like
just,
They were shakers.
Have you guys? I'm sorry. Have you guys read about all actually? Apparently, everybody tweeted last night while Paul McCartney was on. They
Oh,
said,
yeah,
"Who the
where
fuck
they
is
didn't
Paul
know who he
McCartney?"
was.
There's
Yeah.
a ton of people.
Nobody knew who.
And at first, I was kind of like, "Oh, this sucks," but then I was like, "Yeah, it makes sense." I mean, if you were 5 in the last 10 years, you haven't really seen them do anything.
50
You've heard of
years
the
ago.
Beatles, but
Well, you've heard their songs, but you don't know who they are. They're just such a part of the fabric of culture where it's like, I mean, there's commercials and it's more like just a reference.
You say that, Brendon, but if you realize what you said, fabric is kind of a boring thing, so
yeah.
people probably don't pay attention to the Beatles anymore.
Randy was going
Yeah.
to talk about his karaoke song.
Oh, what's
so
your
I wanted to
karaoke
let
stuff?
him. I wanted to let him.
Oh, it's okay. We've moved on.
No,
we're
talking
very
about
far
karaoke.
away. No, we're
in the
very,
middle,
very
we're in the middle
far
of
away.
karaoke
We're in the
talk.
same-
This is karaoke
Nah,
talk, man.
we're far away from the
Say
topic. I don't want to.
Do it.
Okay.
Do it with your face.
No, I do Leo Sayers, You Make Me Feel Like Dancing, which is falsetto. Yeah, and then I do 16 Tons by Tennessee
yeah,
Ernie
that's a
Ford,
good
which
one.
is
pretty
very
good, that's pretty
low.
good.
So I show my range. I do high and low.
You know what I do.
I go.
Speaking of
I found
Paul,
some treasure.
speaking of Paul McCartney, I like to do the duet between Michael Jackson and Paul McCartney. "The Girl Is Mine," because
Ooh.
it has that real talking part where they get in a little argument.
Yeah.
It's like, "I told you I'm a lover, not a fighter."
Yeah. I like to do. I
Get
like
that
to,
little argument, and
Yeah.
then you don't have to sing. You're just like
Yeah.
fucking yelling at
Is
each
that
other.
available at karaoke?
It is. It's always available.
Really?
I like to. I like
Can I
to,
steal that?
But you have to do it with another friend, so maybe you and I could do it at karaoke. So-
Because I thought it would be fun to do by yourself.
yeah, that's
Oh,
fine.
I did do this one time.
But yeah, we
I
could do
did.
Unless
that
I'm
together.
there, it'd be kind of rude just to
I did
do a
okay.
duet by yourself without me. The guy gave you the idea.
What if we did it back to back and we each do it solo?
The last time I did karaoke, Randy was there. It was at this bowling alley, and I got You Babe, but I acted as if I had just broken up with the girl that I usually do the duet with. I introduced it as dedicated to my girlfriend who I just broke up
Well,
with.
and you signed up on the card with 2 names.
I signed up with 2 names. I
Okay.
acted
Oh,
like,
you stand there and wait for the girl
Yeah,
to come
yeah.
up, and then
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like real awkward.
and so it was just me going, "Babe,
And then he just would wait.
you
while
babe."
it's silent.
Yeah, and then I do like one verse, and then I cry during the other verse, and then I do the next verse, and then I cry even more during the next verse until I was pulling my clothes off, being like, "Somebody just please fuck me."
Yeah, and,
And then Randy came up and tackled me. There was coked out. There were
Coked out gangbangers. there.
gangbangers. There were cholos. There were coked out like just people who weren't cholos.
Yeah, and then like a few comedians
And like
taking their pants off.
and like the lady running it knew us, and so she was like the security people wanted to take me off stage, and she was like, no.
Well,
She was like,
I took him
pulling
off
them
the stage acting like I was security. So the regular security was like, "Who's this new guy?"
Who's this new guy?
I
that
just do freelance.
join this
shit.
act.
You know, I'm off duty. Kind
It
of
was,
an
the
off
most,
duty.
it was the most fun I've ever had.
Randy's
at
got
a
the
place.
best security outfit too. And
Oh,
he's
we
got one of
both
those
got it.
knee breakers,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
whatever
he's
it's
got a
called,
knee
a baton,
Yeah.
Yeah, what do they call that? It's like a collapsing.
The
it's like
nightstick.
telescopic.
We
It's
got
illegal.
we got identical security guard outfits so that we could do a strip tease where I was a stripper security guard and he was my actual security
But we have
guard.
the same costume.
You got like a black satin security guard jacket.
Oh, it's
It's
just
like
a-
whenever
No,
you're
it's
at
just
the
a- just a
whenever you're at the
security, just a
concert, you just
t-shirt.
go right to the front
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you just stand and have your back
Yeah.
to the
we
performer.
could get into shows. It's a black T-shirt that just says security and it has
Yeah.
a whole bunch of fucking fake badges all over. It's just screen printed badges, like 3 different kinds.
Yeah. Any bar in Los Angeles, you'll
and
see
then
a guy wearing this thing
yeah.
you can buy for $15.
And then a hat that says security. And then I went to Target and bought matching cargo shorts.
Cargo Shorts sells it.
And Randy, you're big enough where you could do that. Just be like,
yeah,
I'm doing it, I
where it's
gotta
just like
talk.
I'm not strong at all, but I dare you to move me.
Yeah.
I'm big.
Henry,
We should talk about the Master of Puppets thing. That was a class. Do you ever tell people that, Brennan? Or have you done that more than once? We were all at a bar, and it's like, what, a 9-minute song or something, and it's extremely
Master of
loud.
Puppets is the best song to sing. I talk about it on stage sometimes when I talk about how I like annoying people. Because when you go to
real
karaoke,
long?
it's 8.5 minutes long. Master of Puppets. So, like if you get the full version, it's like 8 minutes long, and there's 2 guitar solos in it, and like a really long musical interlude. So you're just kind of standing there for a good 4 minutes.
Well,
We were on Sunset at that place where they used to do comedy.
We're at
and
Barney's
it's just,
Beanery.
It's like run by Asians, so they didn't really kind of know that that you were making a joke of the whole thing. They were just like, "Oh, this poor guy is really singing his heart out."
Oh, I did that at Barney's Beanery.
No, when
Is
I
it a
saw you
Mexican
do it,
place?
remember there was a little comedy show on Sunset over there. east a
Oh
little bit. I
fuck, that's
can't
right.
remember.
Yeah, no, the Blue Goose or Blue.
Yeah, that
Blue
was it.
Goose
Yeah,
Lounge.
yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that was it.
I do it a lot.
But Chris Fairbanks, I think most of the people in our community have like karaoke involves being asked to leave at some point. But I remember Fairbanks and I were at Boardwalk 11, and he had some ELO song, and he wasn't trying to do it ironically or as a joke or anything. He was just like he really wanted to sing this ELO song that wasn't even one of their bigger ones. It was like a deep cut. And it was long, and nobody was getting, it was just taking a long time. Nobody really could sing along, and it was just weird. And so the guy just starts turning the volume down 3 minutes into Chris doing the song, and the guy's just like, okay, that was Chris Fairbanks, and or Chris or whatever. And then Chris just got really upset. He was just like, you can't fucking do that, buddy. That's illegal or something. That's my song.
That's against the code.
It's getting really pissed.
My favorite place to go now is porn star karaoke, and you should come with sometime.
Oh yeah, in the valley, right?
Yeah.
Sardos.
It's the best because you get to watch really wasted porn stars do karaoke, and these aren't like high end porn stars. These are like fresh off the boat, like 18.
I thought this was
gonna
be. I thought this was gonna be like you watch porn and then you fill in. You like.
Oh yeah! Oh fuck yeah!
And porn fresh off the boat means fresh out of high school.
Yeah.
Yeah. What boat?
Fresh off of Van Nuys.
The boat from Pornlandia.
Yeah.
That would be a fun like karaoke
Parody?
night to do. Is like watch porns and fill in what they say.
Yeah, that would be
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Well,
Brian.
see,
do
now
it.
correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought by now that would have turned into just spectators. Like I would have thought by now that when you show up, it's all just people that want to see the porn star karaoke, and that they might have moved on to some other place.
Yeah. Porn stars don't even
So
show
it
up.
still
It's
goes
just,
on.
it's just Mr. Belding.
Yeah, it still
showing
goes
up.
on. It's every Tuesday. I still go do it like a fucking psycho.
That sounds cool, man. Yeah, we should do that sometime.
Yeah, next.
Where's it at so everybody can show up?
It's
Tuesdays
It's
at-
in Burbank, Sardos. It's every Tuesday. It starts at 8:00, and it's get there early though because it gets packed.
Now, do they call it porn star karaoke?
Yeah, they call it Porn Star Karaoke, and it's
okay.
hosted
Really?
by
I don't wanna go to a packed place.
Ronnie Hunter or I forget her name. Porn star girl.
Want to
Only
brush
running.
shoulders with porn stars and other creepy people like yourself?
Would you like to brush body parts?
Would
with
you
these
want to
people?
brush penises with
Sardos is just
Lexington
good.
Steel? Is he there?
Oh.
The male guys? The male?
Oh, the male. The
The
best
male
thing.
guys?
The best thing is the male porn stars are like like hardcore into it, so they are amazing. Like you sit there and you're like, wow, that was
Hardcore
the
into
best
it.
Whitney
That's-
Houston
that's
song
the
ever.
advertisement for it.
Hardcore.
That was
They
Yeah.
come with their own microphone.
Yeah, they come. I would think you said that your karaoke experiences end with being asked to leave. Mine's the opposite. I sometimes I get hoisted in the air. And,
Oh, nice.
no. I get free drinks. You know how when the Mighty Ducks win in the movie, it's a lot
yeah.
like that.
Or like Cool Runnings. It's
very clappy. Lots of people clapping. And I sang those two songs that I mentioned
Asses be
earlier.
clapping?
Yeah. People be bouncing booties and like whatever. And I sang the high pitched one, the You Make Me Feel Like Dancing. In my hometown, I was just like a bunch of cowboys singing like Dierks Bentley songs.
Yeah.
And then I sang that shit. And people freaked out. Like I had free drinks the rest of the night.
My favorite part about karaoke
Well,
is
that's
like
awesome.
there's always
That's
like
successful.
Yeah.
there's always that one quiet guy, like that's kind of just chilling.
Yeah.
And then he gets up there and he is like the most extreme
Serious
diva,
dude.
and he's singing like a new metal song. He's
Yeah.
doing like Disturbed or something.
yeah.
But he does it so perfect, and he's like working the room.
Yeah.
and he's just or like a Google. There's always like one guy doing Google Dolls.
Yeah.
But he's like doing it so like this really means a lot to him.
There's this guy that I saw in L.A. who he tapes all of his songs. He
Nipples.
goes by himself. He has a video
is this
camera.
at the Brass Monkey?
We saw him at the Brass Monkey.
Yeah.
My roommate had a birthday party there a few years ago. But he'd
Yeah.
set up a camera and he would tape his songs, and he would like when someone else would go up. Like I watched him one time. Someone went up and the guy was like the song started playing and he was just watching and he's like, "Yeah, good song." And then he got all like self-conscious, but like he's in it for it's a sport for this guy.
Yeah. A secret to the Burbank location of Dimples is that you get a free CD, and they make you a video CD, and they take a photo of you on stage if you say this is your first time there. I've gone there 30 times, been robbed there by wizards and everything, but I still have like.
Whoa!
Back up. You were robbed
don't
by
back
wizards?
up. Don't back up. Don't back up.
No,
He's
no,
told this
that's-
story
yeah,
7,000,000 times.
Google it. But it's great because they give you all this shit for free. But my two favorite songs, by the way, I have a new song that somebody showed me that's like the best karaoke song ever. One, I'm always a Radiohead creep guy because I like to get emotional. But the song that my
So you're that guy I was talking about.
Yeah. So my song that somebody showed me the other day that was like it works so beautifully, like it's just the perfect song is the cover of Eazy-E Boys in the Hood, but by Dynamite Hack.
Yeah.
And it's hard to find, but it's like
I know,
woke up quick.
It's at Dimples,
about-
though.
Yeah.
It's at Dimples, though?
Dynamite Hack is
It
from
was.
there. It's a band from Austin, and my friend Monty was the bass player for
you
that
serious?
band. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
And Monty gave them the idea, and they recorded it, and then Monty quit or got kicked out of the band, and that became their only hit.
Right.
And then Monty's just, he's still kind of playing bass and tending bar and having drug problems in Austin.
I'll do Save Ferris's "Come On Eileen" cover.
Come on.
I never listened to a Save Ferris
at the
song because I
porno-
thought that was the most
at the porno
annoying
karaoke?
name.
Save Ferris.
Come on, Eileen.
It's like you took a thing from a
Yeah, you
movie
did.
and named your band after
I'll
it.
listen to any band that has a female lead singer, though.
Do you ever sing "Vote for Pedro"?
I don't know what
Save
that is.
Ferris.
They're friends with.
It's
Save
Save Ferris's
Ferris's Vote
biggest
for Pedro.
hit. Yeah.
When I have a dentist story. One time I was hanging out there a lot, and I knew the guy who was doing the karaoke. This was back in my early 20s, and I wasn't even a comic yet. I was just hanging out, and so there was this one guy kept on bugging him, and he was like, "Come on, man, these people have been up, and I need to go up." And he was harassing the karaoke DJ guy. So the karaoke guy told me, he goes, "Dude, when this guy goes up there, I'm gonna bump his song up like 3 keys or something so that it's impossible to sing." So he was doing like Bohemian Rhapsody, but it was just so funny because the guy finally got up there, and after complaining the whole night that he wasn't getting on, but when he finally gets up there, the song's just way too high, and it was just funny to watch him. He was like,
So they can control. It's like a
"So
MIDI.
you think you can stop me and spit in my eyes?" And he got this confused look like, "Wow, my voice is really in the shitter." It was just it was like the karaoke guy taking out his wrath. on-
Okay,
Do you think that
customer
happens?
dude.
Do you think that happens a lot? Because honestly, there's been some times where I'm like, all right, I am normally a little bit better than what I just did. Do you
But
think,
you're always drinking when you do it.
yeah.
And
Yeah, I'll
like-
bet. Yeah.
Alcohol lowers your vocal levels.
Well, that
Does?
guy hanged
Really?
himself with a microphone cord afterwards. He killed himself.
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah, the karaoke guy is your best friend when you go into these places.
All you gotta do is give him a tip. Go up there make him see you drop the $1 in his little jar when you write your thing down. He'll
Right.
bump you up, give you
He's
a
like
reasonable
he's like
spot.
the mechanical bull guy at the saddle ranch. He has
Yeah.
your fate in his hands.
Huh.
Yeah.
I never even thought about that. I need to start tipping the karaoke guy.
Yeah, but karaoke guys, they can't all control the key. I mean, he must have like the MIDI files where he can like
Yeah,
he knows
might
what
have some
key you're
special
singing in. But most of them are just like an MP3 that you're just
Yeah.
unless he has.
You
a-
could keep bumping it up
But-
as the song goes along so that your voice gradually gets higher and you don't even really recognize it.
Do you have a pitch shifter on there, Brian? Let's
I
pitch
used
us
to.
all up real quick.
Pitch us up.
Pitch us up.
a few notches.
By the way,
a little
someone
bit.
on Twitter said I sound like Kirk Hammett.
You kind of look like him.
All right.
I don't think I look like
You
him,
don't look
but
anything
no.
like them.
I don't
No,
know.
but
I don't know
maybe
who
I sound
Kirk
like
Hammett
him.
is.
The
He's the-
guitarist
Oh, I
from
thought you said
Metallica.
Kirk Cameron.
Oh, I look like
thought
him?
You said
I don't want to look like Kirk Cameron.
Cameron.
I don't want to look like Kirk Cameron.
Well, you look like Kirk Cameron.
Now we all
I
sound
look
like
Kirk
the song
Cameron. I've come for Kirk Cameron. Oh my, where is Kirk Cameron? You guys say
I think I have
like
some.
son.
Brian, make
By the
us
way,
go up.
Can I just say when you were talking about getting robbed by wizards, and then you went right into the karaoke story.
Google
I thought
it.
that would be like a good character, the guy who has an amazing story, but he always skips it to go to the karaoke.
To a less great story.
It's like people
Yeah,
say, no, but wait,
yeah,
what did you
I
eat for
was,
dinner before your
robbed by
yeah.
wizards in the parking lot. But anyway, they didn't have Copa, and I wanted to do the Copa song. And wait, go back.
So when I was on that airplane that crashed, they served the weirdest peanuts. Like,
Yeah, you know those kind of peanuts where it's like the bag is too hard to open sometimes.
Yeah,
You know,
all
I
your
didn't-
your stories about how like your bag didn't fit in the overhead luggage beforehand,
Yeah.
or something that happened at the Starbucks at the airport. But we should start wrapping things up. But Henry has the most amazing fucking stories. We talk on the phone a lot at night, and Henry cracks me up.
Can we
I'm
get
trying
one?
to think of. Well, the Dunkelman
Well, can I
story is
tell you
pretty
the one that
good.
just happened last week? That one's kind of mildly amusing. I don't know, the one
Okay.
about the
Maybe
about my buddy Dr. Gonzo.
Oh, that's a little bit. I think there's a little bit too much knowledge that people
inside.
need to have.
Yeah. I hear
for
you.
that.
What's a good one?
Well, some of my favorites that come to my head immediately are the when you made believe you were asleep on the plane.
Oh yeah,
I love
that's
that
a little
story.
visual.
Oh yeah, that is kind of visual. The
I like
record,
it.
the record store story that you were cut off on Marin about, and the Dunkelman story I think is hilarious.
Which Dunkelman one?
The one with when somebody had to drop out of a week and they recommended Brian Dunkelman.
Oh yeah, that one. And of course, that's not my story at all. But it's just a real quick one. That was a guy named Arlo Stone, who was booked for.
Well, and Brian,
a gig
but to set it up, Brian Dunkelman. Well, you should set it up. Brian Dunkelman.
This is pre American Idol or whatever. He was the first guy. He was on the first season of American Idol.
When American Idol first started, Ryan Seacrest had a co-host. He had a
Who's really bitter right now.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's a comedian, and
he's
super big.
His name's Brian Dunkelman.
Think about it.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's a good dude. We used to play poker and everything. And I guess that he did a little bit of stand-up. And Arlo was booked at the Riviera, which is the one that guy Steve Sharippa from Sopranos or whatever runs. And I guess that Arlo had to cancel on him. So he calls him up and he says, "Hey, listen, I got to cancel on you, but I've totally got a replacement all set up. His name's Brian Dunkelman." And Sharippa's on the other line and he goes, Brian, and then what's the last name? Dunkelman? How do you spell it? Dunkleman. Okay. All right, well, not only are you never going to work this club again, neither is this Brian fucking Dunkelman. And at the time, the Riviera was really kind of a cool gig to get, and it still is, I'm sure. Did you ever do that where the story doesn't land, so you have to talk really fast?
Everybody's looking at their phones. But it's a great story. No, and the people listening.
Arlo Stone, the musician.
Well, it's just funny that now Brian can't work that gig, and he didn't do anything.
He didn't do anything but get recommended by a guy trying to help the
The
fucking
guy was so
booker out.
pissed off that one guy canceled on him that it fell out over to another guy who was just stoked to get a really cool gig. I mean, it's a pretty sweet gig, and I assume it still is.
That Sopranos dude, by the way, what's his name again? The Sopranos guy.
Sharippa.
Oh, you
Sharippa.
know what? You know what story you could tell? No, wait. This is a fucking classic. If you want to tell it, but the Rodney Dangerfield improv dat fan story.
Oh yeah.
This
that
is
was pretty
fucking classic.
Oh man.
Well, Dat used to be the doorman at the Improv, and cool guy. I used to see him there all the time and everything. Then he got on Last Comic Standing and was just gone. And then everybody at the Improv, all his coworkers, other comics and everything, just sort of watched him go through the whole course of the show and kill it, and I guess won the whole season.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm out in the front of the Improv one night having a smoke, and there comes Dad. That's the first time I've seen him that he didn't have his red improv or whatever, black improv shirt on. And he wasn't the doorman. He was coming back as sort of a star. And I'm the first guy he saw, and he's like, yeah, this is pretty weird, man. I haven't been back in there since I've been working here, and I got a feeling it's going to be a weird kind of a reception, and I'm looking forward to it. And I'm like, all right, cool. Now, cut to, at the same moment, Rodney fucking Dangerfield was walking into the improv at that time on a walker with a little bit of an entourage in front of him.
Like a bathrobe,
and
right?
he walks in, yeah. So he stops like 6 feet into the entrance of the improv, and all of a sudden it was like this beautiful cinematic moment. Everybody in the entire dining area and at the bar all turned around and saw him. And this is the same moment, by the way, that Dad was right in front of me, and I'm walking in right behind Dad. So all Dad sees is this old guy. I, for some reason, knew it was Rodney Dangerfield. I don't know if it was told to me that he was going to be there that night or whatever. But all of a sudden, everybody stands up and looks and just starts applauding Rodney Dangerfield. Well, at that moment, yeah, Dad like raises his hand in a very like triumphant motion, like, yes. And it was just totally clear that he thought that everybody in the room was standing up and giving him a standing ovation for winning Last Comic Standing. And
You didn't get it?
then, yeah, and then, so that was the end of it. And then I went to the bar, and
Dave, the
and
bartender.
Dave, the bartender there, goes, who just can't wait to figure out some way that he can give shit to any of his coworkers, and he goes, hey Henry, because I saw it and it was an embarrassing moment. I wasn't going to say anything about it, but yeah, then Dave was like, hey Henry, did Dad think that everybody was standing there for him? And I was like, yeah, I think he did. And then I think he must have given him shit about it, and whatever. You can't really blame the guy because I could see exactly how he might have thought that because he was already expecting it, but it's just pretty funny.
Do you think he went home that
everybody.
night? Do you think he went home that night and slept underneath his desk and cried?
He was like, out of my way, old man.
So.
And he knocked over Rodney Dangerfield.
I just think
I
that's
don't know.
fucking-
That's amazing.
That's a great story.
The
But
pile
yeah,
up-
no, I
the-
mean that's one of those just classic things. I'm sure it's happened to me before, where you think that everybody's praising you, but in reality,
Right.
Oh, George Clooney's ahead of me.
yeah, no, exactly.
All these flash bulbs are going off when I enter the Sizzler with
They must have-
Randy.
Through a red light. in
Everyone must
Pasadena.
have seen my YouTube channel.
Yeah, exactly.
So
And then back to reality.
we should start wrapping things up. We haven't gotten anybody to wake their mom up though.
Uh-oh.
We could go back to the phone zone and try and get somebody to wake someone up.
You're not around your mom, are you, Henry?
No.
No, unfortunately, no.
Oh, man.
Why do I say unfortunately?
I could wake her
I
up
want
right
my
now.
mom right now.
He loves to be near his mom.
Yeah.
All
right.
No, I'm just here in my bachelor apartment.
Well,
So yeah.
it was good to
man.
talk to you again on the Bone
Hey,
Zone,
thanks.
Hen Zone.
Yeah, thanks, man, and I love the show. Thanks,
Oh,
guys.
man.
Henry.
Follow Henry
Henry's
on
amazing.
Twitter at Henlips at Henlips, and
Henlip's got an extra
at
special.
Henlips, and Punching the Clown
On
Henry's
Netflix
fucking
Instant.
super hilarious movie.
Yeah, it's really
Punching
good.
the Clown is great. You seen it?
Yeah, I watched it the other day. It was awesome. Henry.
Watch it on Netflix, realize
Okay.
how awesome it is, and then buy it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fucking just
I'll
buy
buy it on
Just-
Amazon
or
right now.
just,
Should,
just buy it off of our recommendation.
I'll give Doug a copy. I need another copy. I gave my 2 copies. I gave one to John Hamm.
oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
one to somebody else. I don't have
Amy
any more
Adams.
copies.
Amy
That's our
Adams,
stinky
star of
friend.
Silent
Yeah.
Screen.
Our stinky
The
friend
other person's
John
not
smells
worthy
like
of
ham.
name dropping.
I don't remember where the other one went. Rory Scovel, maybe?
Probably.
Maybe
that,
a
guy's,
lame-
that guy's a cheap
That was a
bastard.
lame drop.
lame drop.
Got him.
No, we watched that. I think, did we watch it with you, Brendan?
That could be a
We
Hannibal-
watched
Hannibal-
Hannibal Your Place. Yeah.
That was so great. Yeah.
There should be
Randy's
another
place.
Hannibal laughter joke.
That's
Just
Start
lame drop.
mentioning
Good
people's
movie.
names and say sorry to lame drop.
No, sorry to lame drop. Hannibal laughter.
It was
wait,
Phil-
what was
jokes
the
don't
other-
have to be
There was
funny.
another kind of unfunny joke that I forgot about with what was the other Hannibal laughter joke that we said?
I have no idea.
Well, Imodium AD. You want to
Oh,
or
yeah.
Imodium BC.
Oh,
You wanna
Imodium
use that
BC.
one?
Also, tweet us your Hannibal laughter jokes to Hannibal Laughter at Bonezone.
At
Put
Bones.
Wait,
Oh,
at
no,
Bone,
no,
we
we
have a
don't have
bonezone.com
none of this
already.
works. No.
Hashtag Hannibal Laughter Bonezone. And then we'll put them into the app.
Hannibal
Oh, so-
laughter, yeah.
Yeah, Imodium DB, like it's that kind of thing.
No, Imodium BC.
BC.
That's
For
what Jesus
Jesus.
took
Yeah.
when he
Well, maybe
had
like
heartburn.
maybe Jesus was kind of AD because once he was born.
Henry, Hannibal Laughter is the,
Yeah,
the
right. I
world.
know,
maybe
but
like
it's
a
still-
Caesar, like Caesar.
somebody before Jesus.
Yeah.
Henry
Yeah,
might
yeah,
not
maybe.
know that Hannibal Laughter is the world's only propped up comic. He's propped up on a on a dolly.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. and then he wears his little mask.
But your movie's awesome. I really like the style of it. You took a way different approach to doing a regular, movie. It was great, man. I thought it was amazing.
Thanks.
It's super hilarious.
What's
Yeah,
this
all-
movie again? I now I need to see
Thanks,
it.
man.
Punching the clown.
It's called
I
Punching
know
the
that
Clown.
those two stories that I told on the show
You can get it on
tonight,
Netflix.
won't be
I'm
in the
gonna put
next
it on my list.
version, but no, it's Punching the Clown. Yeah.
It's really good. It's a really
And Henry,
good movie.
can we talk about the other deal you have for it, or you don't want to jinx it?
Yeah, probably not. Well, we
can't do any
basically
lame
sold a
dropping
script,
with the people who are
deal
involved with it. Yeah,
to,
yeah.
to Showtime for a script.
Yeah.
So nothing
it might be
beyond
a
that,
series.
so it's nothing big.
It might be a series on
It'd be
Showtime
good.
now.
It'd be
You have
good.
a script deal.
Well,
Yeah,
it
if
is.
we all hope.
Yeah.
What's it about?
That one's
Describe the entire thing.
Basically, like the same.
Wait, first
character.
tell
Wait,
us,
tell her-
describe
Me
your
going
comedy
through.
first.
Just
to us.
describe how you came about your figuring out your persona and how you would
Henry,
adapt
and
that.
the best thing about it also is just like you really did a great job with the first 5 minutes of the movie because you did the
Then it
best
dropped
thing
off?
where it just no. I mean, it really grabs you at the very beginning, like where you're sitting there with the
that
radio.
Scene, and that scene's on the internet, by the way. But yeah, it's just.
Oh yeah, we could. We'll pull that up.
That scene used to be right in the middle, and then after a while, I think the director and I both agreed. It's like, man, it's just like stand-up, You want to have something real quick and easy and hard-hitting right at the top. So we just took it out of time and put it right up at the top.
Yeah.
And it kind of works that way.
It was
But,
beautiful, man. That's I think the reason
We
why
could,
I went from just looking at hey, what's this movie about? I wonder if this is good, to actually sitting there and watching the whole thing was just because of that, because that was so brilliant. I thought.
We
you
could.
buy you time. Oh, that's great to hear, man. Thanks.
Well, and on top of that, not to ooze you with compliments.
Is this
but
the
on
bone
top-
zone or the ass kiss zone?
No, it should be. Ask yourself. on top of that, you have such a great kind of different persona on screen. I don't know. It just reminded me of the first Curb Your Enthusiasm, which was like an hour-long
yeah.
mockumentary. It was.
I can't remember what the movie was called, but I remember loving it.
Well,
Yeah.
it was called like Curb Your Enthusiasm, but and then they did a series like a year and a half later. It reminded me of that, but you've taken like a totally different approach to like the character. And it's the same sort of oh yeah, people are wanting to follow that sort of character.
I agree.
I don't know if that's totally you or if you've manufactured
No, it's totally Henry.
It's a combination.
It's a
After a
thing.
while, though, I think this happens to all of us. Like, we sort of start becoming whoever our friends sort of think that we are. And so that means that,
right. We want to
there's
please our
certain
friends.
Stories that are just like a classic Henry Phillips story or a classic Brendon Walsh story, or there's just sort of and then that sort of becomes kind of your where you fit in, or I don't know if that makes any sense.
And maybe the whole thing inspires people to want to go out and have stories. Like a lot of
Well,
times.
yeah.
Yeah.
The fact that people have a lot of stories means that you're not sitting in a cubicle all day.
Yeah, man. It's a great film. You guys should
And you're
watch
going
it.
to die before you see the age
yeah.
of 50.
There's tons of.
Rather live a
Tons of
lot.
Well, cool. I'll let you guys get your get somebody.
Yeah, we're gonna play
wake
that
the
clip.
mom up.
We'll play that. Can we play that radio scene?
Yeah, I'll try to find it, but we can't do it while we're on a call. Just
No,
because
not with Henry. No, we'll end the call and then. Well, how do we find it, Henry?
Let's see here.
If you
I
just
believe,
did punching the clown,
you
is that
can
the first
go
thing that
to,
comes up?
Oddly enough, I think myspace.com/Henry Phillips. I don't know if you guys are still doing MySpace.
1 L or 2?
I'm going on there right now to make sure.
In
It's
MySpace
2
1
L's.
hour.
and it's got videos. Yeah, radio interview gone wrong, and this one's a more interesting one to see because it's actually an original version of the thing straight through. The only other thing that's out there is the current one, but with a trailer, and it's just sort of disjointed. But this is sort of the original radio interview gone wrong. Do you see that?
He's searching for
Henry
that.
Phillips.
MySpace/Henry Phillips. Radio interview gone wrong.
2 L's. Yeah, radio
But
interview
another
gone
thing
wrong.
too, if anybody else wants to see other Henry Phillips shit, Henry's Kitchen is one of the most hilarious things that's been made recently. And you can watch all 7 episodes on YouTube. Henry's Kitchen. It's fucking hilarious.
Oh, you just went international. You did like Chinese with like French.
Yeah.
Yeah.
French with.
It was Chinese subtitles with French overdubbing.
There's something about like translating something that just puts a lot of weight on it. It's kind of funny, you know. It's just like
Makes it more important if it had to be translated.
All right. Well, we found the Brian found the video clip, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we have to end the call. So I'll talk to you
right.
later tonight, and we'll complain about our lives and talk about how we need to quit smoking.
absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you guys.
All right. See you, Henry.
Man.
See you, Henry. Great to talk to you.
Bye, man.
Henry's Kitchen is fucking hilarious. I don't know if any of you guys have seen Henry's.
Is it
You
like
were
a
on- you were on
kitchen?
the-
Is it a
It's a
cooking show?
cooking show. It's fucking great.
You were on
It's
the
great.
last episode?
I was on the last one. The last one he did was it was like this epic 2-part series.
Yeah.
All right, let's watch this movie trailer because
We get a
I
camera
think
on that?
I think this alone will like make you want to see the movie because it did for me. Here we go.
No, it's great.
I'm back.
The whole movie's great.
Captain Chaotic, here from 2 to 5 a.m. It's about 6 minutes after 3. Wake up, Angelinos, because we have a special guest our second hour together. Live here in the studio, we have Henry Phillips. This guy's whacked, and we love him. Why? Well, let's take a little listen to one of the songs off his home-recorded demo CD and find out.
Oh, wait. Are we on? Hey, Captain. Are we on the air right now?
You can talk. We're off the air.
Okay, good. You know, I wanted to give you a heads up. This recording actually has the word shit in it.
Oh.
Is that going to be a problem?
Oh, I don't mind it, but the government might.
Is there like some machine where you can like bleep it out or something like that?
We don't have one. I'll tell you what we can do. When it's getting ready to come up, you point to me. I'll push a button, and you yell into that microphone there. You yell crap or poop or something like that.
Okay, it's about 30 seconds away.
Okay, you let me know.
Just say poop or crap.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
Yeah, like,
They like those.
She said she called the voicemail when she got to New York City, and there's still no friggin' message from my baby. Hey, Mr. Phone Man, don't you think it's kind of funny with all your automated systems and your interstate networks and your fiber optic bullshit?
Shit.
That you still can't go
Oh. Sorry.
Oh, that was bad.
You know, that's not.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's going to cost somebody some money.
Is can they go back and?
Yeah, we have a time machine in the back. I'm still working on correcting my first marriage.
That's actually a different version of it, right?
No, yeah, that's not from the original movie.
Yeah, because
I
that
don't know
looked
why
different.
Henry
It looked
directed you
different.
towards that.
Yeah, it was the same scene, but
It's
it was
the same scene, but it's
they
totally
refilmed
different. Where Henry, you know, he's like, you say poop or fucking, and it comes, or you say poop or crap, and then Henry goes, shit, fuck.
Yeah.
So he says 2 swears, and the guy's like, oh, that's not good.
Yeah. It looked like while I was watching, I was like, I don't remember it looking like that. I think they refilmed the whole thing completely, actually, because that seemed like maybe like a different version altogether. Like it wasn't just edited different. I think that was.
You could, pull up Henry's Kitchen, Henry's Anytime Chili, for one. Henry's Kitchen. If you just like YouTube Henry's Kitchen, and then Henry's Anytime Chili for one.
Hey, by the way, we should make a little laugh about how Doug has a really small bladder, like a woman.
Well, maybe he's hydrated more than the rest of us. Are you all right, Randy?
Yeah.
You seem angry.
I'm not angry. I'm tired.
Randy's passed out.
How did you do at your auditions today?
The first one was good, but I was there for 2 hours, so I didn't make it to the second one.
But I thought that you showed up anyway.
I did, but they had already moved on.
Oh.
What'd they say? They said they needed you to show up with a girl in order for you to go in?
Yeah, I don't know. They said
Poor Randy.
Here we go.
Oh, here we go.
We should wait for Doug to get back.
Okay.
I want Doug to see it.
All right.
Uh-oh. What do you want to talk about?
Well, we could do some promotional materials.
Oh, yeah. If you guys, if you're listening live,
Oh.
Valentine's Day is tomorrow. Go onto Facebook, join the What's What fan club, and
This is going to be posted for 7 weeks.
Yeah. But even so, if you want to do
For 4th of July.
a belated Valentine's Day Valentine, there's a bunch of What's What Valentines on there for the What's What guy. That's a YouTube show that I do.
What's What? Yeah.
What's
Right.
What?
It's
on YouTube.
hilarious. Super hilarious.
It's funny.
So we have I wanted you to see this too, Doug. This is one of Henry's kitchens.
Okay.
It's Henry's Anytime Chili for One.
Hello, and welcome to Henry's Kitchen, where today we're going to be making Henry's Anytime Chili for One.
Ooh.
We're going to preheat the oven to 200 degrees, and you really want to make sure you... Yeah, let's start by cutting our tomato.
Oh, he needs a better editor.
We want to cut it into 8 separate wedges.
I already like it.
As you see, I probably should have used a slightly sharper knife, because this... Mince the bell pepper. Now we're going to mince the onion. I remember when I was growing up in New Jersey, my brother and I used to fight all the time, and one time he threw a rock at me and he hit me in the head, I guess, and my head started to bleed. And we're going to take all this shit and put it in a bowl for later. The recipe that I'm using makes it for 6 to 8 people, but I'm only making chili for 1. So I'm going to be dividing every one of the ingredients by 7. So instead of 1 can of kidney beans, I'm only going to use about 1/7 of a can, 3/7 of a can of tomato sauce. I don't have tomato sauce, but I have tomato paste, which is the same thing. 30 milliliters of Worcester sauce. By the way, my recipe is in metrics, so I'm converting as I go. 15 milliliters is 1 tablespoon, so 2 tablespoons divided by 7, that would be 2/7 of a tablespoon of Worcester sauce. I don't have any Worcester sauce, but I have soy sauce. 10 grams of chili powder, that's 1 1/3 tablespoons divided by 7 is like shit. It's like 2/7 of a tablespoon or something. I don't know. Teaspoon of salt, teaspoon of pepper, some canned veggies. Now just stir it all up. It's very important when you're
that candy corn?
making dinner just for 1 to divide every ingredient. One time I forgot to divide the salt, and I put 10 times as much salt as you were supposed to have. And I was like, oh man, I fucked it all up. And now we'll put it in our oven. Okay.
He forgot to add all the ingredients.
Help me make it through the night, 'cause I am tired and alone. 'Cause I don't like myself anymore. it's been 6 hours. Let's see what we got. I'm definitely working up quite an appetite.
That does look pretty good.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. I mean, it should definitely be done at this point.
It picks up all. Oh no.
Peanuts. Well, thanks for joining us here on Henry's Kitchen, and please tune in next week. We're going to make gluten-free lasagna.
That was really good.
You can buy the song.
Help me make it through the night.
Oh, man.
'Cause I am
That's a good song for Valentine's Day.
Yeah,
This is a good song.
Help me
Do a
make it through the
Valentine's
night.
Rush.
I'm alone.
It's called "Help Me" by Jose Suicidio.
How many of you have a Valentine for tomorrow?
Oh, man.
I do.
I don't know.
I do.
Brett?
I just made reservations for a very nice restaurant.
Randy, you have one?
Yeah, I have a girlfriend that I've been dating for a handful of times.
Davey?
I don't. Should I be totally honest? Should this be?
Yeah,
open
no,
and
this-
honest?
yeah, no, no, this is real talk right now.
This is
That
real
gets
talk.
really good,
Real talk
actually.
at the end.
Real
She
talk,
wouldn't. She
real
wouldn't
talk.
listen to this anyway. I don't know.
She hasn't returned his calls.
We haven't. We
He's been
haven't
dating a
talked
girl for like
since
2 years.
Wednesday.
Are
We
you
haven't
serious?
talked
Yeah.
Since Wednesday.
Well, your ball's in your court, buddy.
Balls.
The tennis ball.
My
Not the tennis ball.
balls. So
my
you're
balls.
in your
My balls are
court.
always in my court. There,
Take
Douggpound.
Both of them.
learn a lesson from the book of Randy and just throw a tennis ball at her.
Yeah.
Throw
Right
a tennis
at her
ball
boob.
at her boob,
Is that what
bro.
everyone thinks we should do? I don't know. I don't know. Do you think this is the end
I got invited to a Valentine's dinner.
Yeah.
with a girl?
Yeah.
Are you going?
Are you gonna go?
You told them.
Have you ever gone out with
Well,
her before?
I went out with her. I used to go out with her, and she really likes me, but I don't really like her.
Well, then don't go.
And you're editing
And
that
then-
thing, so you don't
and
have
then-
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
You need to edit that date right out of your plans.
Mm-hmm.
Did I?
Girl.
Yeah, you're a good editor on film, but not a good editor in life.
In
Yeah.
life.
Exactly.
Edit her out.
Help me make it
Through the night, 'cause I'm tired and alone.
I say no to jobs. I say no to dates.
Yeah, there you go.
So if we can get a caller to wake someone up.
anyone have
We
a
do
mom
that?
they need to wake up?
If you're in a house with sleeping people, anybody else trying to call in, stop.
Just hang up. Yeah.
And call into.
Call in, wake them up, and then we'll play the outro song.
I would call
after
Mom,
they
but
react.
I don't want
Yeah,
her to listen
then
to
we're
this
outta here.
podcast.
What's
Hey,
that?
we could prank my sister.
No.
Oh man,
Let's
it
get a
needs to
real
be
person.
loved
Call
one.
into 818-748-8406. Area code 818-748-8406. Only if there's somebody sleeping in your place and you're really going to wake them up by yelling in their face, you're on the bone zone, bitch, and then
Yeah.
holding the phone up to their face. If you're a faker, don't
Then-
fucking try it. You're just wasting everybody's time.
You're wasting our time.
We'll know because you'll be a bad actor. And if you're a good actor, I'll recognize your voice because I know all good actors.
Yeah,
Yep.
Ed Norton and George Clooney.
Yeah, don't you
the
dare.
two good actors out there.
Yep.
And Adele.
And
Oh, wait, no,
Adele.
she won a different prize.
She's really good.
She
at
won a
acting
Grammy.
through her surgery.
For fatting.
Most
No,
make-
you know
No,
what?
she has best
I don't even know
grammar.
if she's fat.
She won the grammar.
Most makeup.
Award.
She won the
She
Grammy.
never says ain't.
You're
Yeah.
on the Valentine's Day zone.
Hey, man, long-time boner, first-time caller.
Oh man,
Okay,
Who are you gonna wake
I've
up?
got a.
What's your name?
I've got a sleeping girlfriend that is wine drunk, ready to be introduced to the bone zone.
Yeah. You got a good
Yeah.
scream on you?
What's her name?
Her name is Melissa.
All
Yeah.
right,
Ooh,
Melissa.
nice name.
And
Okay.
last
So you know the drill. You
You're
go
about
up
to be-
to her and like.
Oh
jos-
yeah, man.
jostle
Oh
her.
yeah. No,
Okay.
I'm fully acclimated with the bone zone, Brendan. I got this.
What,
I'm
what,
ready
what,
to go.
what's your
What's
name,
your
dude?
na- yeah,
Where
what's
are you
your name?
calling from?
I like him.
My name's Austin. I'm from Syracuse, man. Now, the only thing I want to say two things before we get this girl all pissed off on
You
me
got it.
at me on Valentine's Day.
Two things.
I want to say to Brendon,
Okay.
the only reason I watch True TV now is because of you, and I finally got to see you on one of those shows the other day,
Yeah.
and
Oh, yeah?
was super psyched about it.
Oh, good.
And
They
to
didn't-
Randy and Davey, why don't you guys dump your girlfriends and date Garfunkel and Oates?
Did you see the promo video?
Well, it sounds
The
like-
ribbon dancers, yeah,
Did you
man,
see
you
that?
guys are awesome.
There's a promo
in that.
video?
That's
I haven't
why I'm
seen
like,
it.
They
There's
did.
so much on-screen chemistry. I'm like, why aren't those two dudes hitting those
Well,
two hot chicks? I'm
if
like,
Well, they're just
obviously
banging
the
them, but they're
blonde
not
would be
really
with
going out with
Randy.
them.
Yeah, we're so non-committal when it comes to Garfunkel and Oates.
Well, here's why. Davey actually did just break up with his girlfriend, it sounds like.
Maybe, I don't know. I'm like still like.
Yeah,
Wednesday was.
I was on the delay. I'm like, oh
Wow,
man,
though.
that kind of sounds like it's going down, but I'm 5 minutes behind, so I didn't know if something transpired while I actually had to go into my bedroom because my girlfriend's in the living room.
If I can
So
be,
we were.
if I can
The Bone Zone came on, and the only thing she wanted for Valentine's Day was to be on the Bone Zone, and she drank a bottle and a half of wine and got way too drunk. So we're like waiting for the Phone Zone to come on. We're all like super psyched, and I look over like 30 minutes into it, and she's passed out.
We
Yeah.
kinda
So,
went
dude,
on for
this
a
is
while
going to be
today.
the best Valentine's Day present for her. Like, she's going to be
She's gonna
so
wake up
happy to
excited.
be on the Bone Zone.
Yeah.
Okay, go.
So I should hang up, right?
Are you ready?
No, no,
wait.
don't
Now,
hang
when
up.
I get in
No,
there,
no,
I'm
no,
gonna
no,
have
no.
to mute my laptop, and then I'm gonna roll with it. You ready?
Okay, yeah. And you know to hold the phone up to her when she's
Hold the
on.
phone so we can hear
Oh
her
yeah,
reaction.
Sick.
You know the
You're
drill.
The
Okay,
Bone
you
Zone
got it.
bitch, and then
Yeah,
slap it
yeah.
right on her face.
Yeah.
Oh,
Whoa,
whoa. Slap her on the
Do whatever
face.
you
Don't
want.
No
Well,
violence.
okay.
No
Set
violence.
Set it lightly on
Be
her face.
loving.
Do
Be
whatever
loving.
you need to do to get a good
And
reaction out of her.
we'll
and
shut
hold,
the fuck up.
Wait, if you could work
All
up
right.
a boner
Okay, shh.
and have it out.
Shut up.
Okay, here we go. Hold on. I'm
You're
gonna
on,
have to mute
yeah.
the laptop first.
Okay, what is it?
Going.
Okay, we're done.
Okay, laptop is on mute. All right, here we go. Hey, you're on the Bone Zone, bitch! Say something. Hold on. Say something nice to the Bone Zone. Say something nice to him.
Hey,
Hey.
Happy Valentine's
you're on the
Day.
Bone Zone, bitch.
Happy Valentine's Day, bitch.
Okay, she's gonna love it tomorrow morning, man. Man, I love everything you guys do. She's gonna get a
Oh,
kick
man.
out of that.
That's
She's on the
awesome.
radio. She loves
That's
it.
our new motto. You're gonna love us tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
The bone hurts when it's coming in, but it's great the next day.
Dude, hey, me and this guy have something in common. We both have fake girlfriends.
All right, man. You guys have a good night.
See you, man.
You too, man. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Oh,
Well, I think that probably wraps things up on this Bone Zone. Unless you guys want to do 17 more hours.
Let's do 17. Let's do a whole day.
I have an 11:30 a.m. meeting.
I was supposed to be gone 9 o'clock.
I have to wait.
Yeah,
for
we
the
were,
time.
but it's always worth
It was
it when it's
great.
entertaining.
Yeah.
What were you going to have? A couple porn stars talk about their fucking foot job videos they made last week?
No, I was supposed to meet with this guy to buy a diamond ring for my girlfriend to ask her to marry me.
Well, nobody
but,
buy
For real?
diamonds.
Are you gonna for
uh,
real
But it's
ask
too
her?
late now.
Yeah, well, good. We saved your
Is
fucking
this your
life.
official proposal?
Hold off
No.
for 2 more years on that
Yeah.
one now. That didn't
No,
work
I
out.
called Jareds or whatever his name was.
Jared.
Jared. Hey,
Jared.
Jared.
It's Middle Eastern. I don't know.
Jared.
Do they make diamond cock rings?
Yeah.
Kirk Cameron.